All right, YouTube, I'm live. So, hey, Susan, how's it going? I hope you enjoy the show. And everyone else, happy Friday. Hope you guys have had a great week. And the weather here, they're calling for severe thunderstorms soon, or essentially now, hail. So, let's hope the internet connection stays on because this is what I look forward to all week hanging out with you guys. So, let's see who's in here. We have Flying Rich. How's it going, buddy? Glad to see you, man. Another good friend of mine right there, Pillbox Bunker. What's up, man? M.I. Crafter. We have Kathleen Music Lover. And as I've already typed in, we can tell who's popular around here, right? Amanda Coble. She's also popular around here. What's happening, Amanda? Boy, you guys are already, like I said, Kathleen Music Lover is obviously the popular one in here tonight, which is good. I like her. So there you guys go. Randall Hill. What's happening? Stephen Kennedy. What's up? M.I. Crafter says buffer. I don't know. Susan said that she was looking forward to the stream tonight, so. Scott Gaines, what's happening, Scott? Outdoors with Tim, 2A Strong, South Carolina. Yes, sir. Liberty Arms Co. What's happening, man? How you doing? I'm not going to tell you guys too much, okay? But speaking of Liberty Arms Co., you guys might want to check him out. I'll let you guys in on the inside scoop here. I have a couple products for your Taurus G3 magazine related. You guys haven't seen these yet. I'm giving you a sneak preview right now that I'm going to be doing a video on very soon, including something else that'll fit your Taurus dovetail for your G3 and whatnot that I don't really think anybody's seen. Suppressor height sights. So I gave you guys a quick teaser. So definitely, man, thanks for sending this to me. And I've already fit them on. They fit the magazines great, by the way. So there you guys go. +3 extensions. Pretty cool stuff. See, there's all kinds of cool people who pop up in these streams, guys. And you guys are going to have a cool video coming up very soon. Thanks to Liberty Arms Co. Let's see here. Nelson Porter. What's happening, Nelson? The Reptile guys. K-Dog. IROC SS85. Lots of good people. Frank Cohen. Daniel DeLeon. Rod Brown. Bill Alexander. I think I said hi to you, A-Dubs. If not, that's twice for you, if that's okay. I'll say hi twice. Jeremy Wilson. So your better half beat you to the punch again. Hey, Amanda. And by the way, Jeremy Wilson's also here. Beretta Man. What's happening, Beretta Man? How you doing? Alaskan Ballistics with the super chat, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it's time for us to quit buying guns and buy food. There you go. Thanks, Alaskan. Are you at 10,000 yet, dude? Man, that's a good channel. I've had him featured on my channel for a long, long time, guys. And he's just been doing what he wants to do like I do on here. And he's either at 10,000 or he's so close. Hold on a minute. This is a good friend of mine. I'm going to see where Alaskan Ballistics is at, if you guys don't mind. I'm sure a lot of you guys like his channel, too. All right, let's see here. Go to my channel. He's easy to find. He's right on the right-hand side of my featured channels page here. And, 9.97K. So, since you might hit it tonight or tomorrow, congratulations on 10,000, man. What a good channel. And I'm glad to know that your baby's doing great. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I've been friends with him a long time, guys, so. If you like the channel and you watch his channel, you know what I mean. He's a good dude. Flying Rich, another good channel. Beretta Man. There's some good ones in here tonight, guys. Mr. Enlightenment, what's happening? Let's see here. Speed and Kittles. How much do I spend on guns and ammo per month? I don't know. I haven't added it up, so I can honestly say I don't know. No clue. Ask my wife. She's probably watching. Maybe she knows. I'm not sure. I can't count that high. I don't know. I don't know how to answer you, but I won't lie to you. So I'll just say I don't know. We got Cave Dave in the house. What's happening, man? JD West. Yeah, put the G3 slide on the G3C. I'm going to do some follow-up shooting videos very soon. There's like 10 different things I'm going to check out with the G3C at the range. So if that's the pistol you guys are into, oh yeah, plenty more to come. It's even making me think of new ideas for other older Taurus pistols that I've had for a while. I like doing those tourist videos and many others too. So, Robert Sistrunk, guns are like tattoos or potato chips. You can't just have one, right? Oh, yeah. Michael Copeland Jr., I like guns. Liberty is important, but really, I like the lines of a gun, like dudes like cars. All right, cool. Oscar is in the house. What's happening from Miami, Florida? Rudy Finney, what's happening, Rudy? How you doing, man? That's another good dude right there. Another Michigan guy. How many Michigan people are here tonight, by the way? Kathleen, look for the shooting video on the Poly 80. I'm pretty sure it's on there, isn't it? I hope I made that one listed. I'm pretty sure I did. We got Wisconsin in the house. So, yeah, I'm sure more people will come in, and I'll miss somebody, but it's never on purpose. Vanessa Kitty's here. Bill Alexander. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, the title of the stream, I'm just going to have you guys ask yourselves, or it's probably just speaking to the choir, because most of you guys probably enjoy your liberty quite a bit in the Second Amendment, or else you wouldn't be on this channel, because there are people that simply like guns that left here a long time ago because they say that I talk about politics too much, and they'll say, hey, man, can you just talk about guns like once in a while? This is not many, because thanks to all you guys who are totally awesome, the channel's been growing, but people will come in once in a while and say, hey, man, came for the guns, left because of the politics. So what you can ask yourselves, or probably better yet, ask your friends sometime, if you want to start broaching this topic and getting involved in gun rights and, quite frankly, trying to save our country and save yourselves and your children, you can start to ask people, do you truly support the Second Amendment and liberty, or do you just like guns? So it's an interesting topic that I'm going to talk about tonight, and I might even rant about it too. Could you imagine that? Me ranting about something on here? I don't know. Rudy Finney with a super chat. Midland County, Michigan. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. You've been such a good supporter of the channel, and I really appreciate it, man. I really do. So you're too generous, but I really do appreciate it. And you guys can see I do put all the money, all of you who've helped me, by the way, with using my Amazon link. It costs you nothing. They only give me pennies, but it adds up. So I appreciate that. Patreon, Subscribe Star, people who leave super chats, people who send me little, envelopes with gifts in the mail. I'm putting it all right back into the channel, guys. Nobody's buying me guns except for myself and all of you good people. So definitely not out going on vacation to, the Bahamas or whatever. I'm just putting it back into the channel and trying to have as much fun as I can. Because this is fun. This is what I do for fun, guys. Let's see here. Amanda says, when don't you rant? Yeah, and you had to give me a hard time. That's true. And iRock SS85, I'm going to echo what he said. Don't forget the thumbs ups, because that's 100% free. And it's very, very little effort. So, JD West, I like your political views. Even agree with most of them. And you guys don't have to agree with me on anything, but if you do, then cool, we can have a good time. And if you don't, hopefully we can have a good time anyways. So I've been thinking about this a long time, and it's always kind of occurred to me, but just lately I'm realizing more and more. And thank you, MI Crafter, $3.50 super chat. That's awesome, dude. See, more ammo for the channel, because I have tons and tons of shooting videos I'm going to do. So I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. It's one of those things that's always occurred to me, but now it's just hitting me in the head so hard. It's so apparent. And if you're paying attention to what's going on at all, you'll see it. Right now, there's record levels of guns being purchased. They say over 2 million NICS checks last month. That's NICS checks. That might be half the guns that are being purchased, because some people don't have to do a NICS check. Not Michigan anymore, unfortunately, but many states, if you have a CPL, you don't have to do a NICS check. If you're law enforcement, you don't have to do a NICS check. All these different things, right? Face-to-face purchases, still legal for now in many and most states. Don't have to do a NICS check, right? So 2 million NICS checks. So they're literally, people are out buying millions of guns. Why? Well, I think some of it's because people think that there could be imminent threats of violence, riots. The other side, who's trying to completely and fundamentally change our country and lying to us and trying to brainwash us and our children, call them peaceful protests. But no, these are riots. These are, in many cases, people killing people, destruction of property, tearing down monuments, trying to get rid of history, again, trying to fundamentally destroy the United States of America. And people are like, this is getting close. I might need a gun to stop these crazy people, because it is crazy and it's a sickness that's going on. So there's people that want to protect from that. And then I think there's many more people that just don't trust the government. Not when we're in an area where so many police are capitulating to the thugs, to the people on the other side that want to tear down America. And one of the most popular movements seems to be defund the police. So for years they said, you don't need guns. Call the police. They'll come and help you. They'll protect you, right? Not remembering what Reagan said. Some of the scariest things you can hear is, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. But that was a long time ago. That was in the 80s. People think they're so much smarter now, right? Let alone smarter than they were in 1776, 1791. And the decades and centuries follows. No, everyone's so much smarter now. Don't worry about it. You don't need guns. The cops will protect you. And then now the number one movement across the country is defund the police. Yeah, that's a reason why people are buying guns. And I think a lot of people, like I said, just don't trust the government. But not necessarily all the people. Because you know what I've realized? It's actually not quite the case. It's interesting because people like trinkets and people like things. They like to collect things. And nobody likes to collect guns more than I do. I have guns from the 1800s all the way up on through the different wars. I like history. I'm a big history buff, and these guns tell a story. I also love recreation. I like to shoot guns recreationally, and that's fine too. But you can't usually have what you want unless you put in a little work for it. And the only reason that why we can even buy these guns for reasons such as not trusting the government, wondering if the police are going to stand down or actually protect and serve, whether you're just going to collect, whether you enjoy the blued metal and the wood, or you like the different colors of polymer furniture that you're going to play Legos with on your AR, which is an awesome, or whether you want to hunt, or whether you want to shoot targets, or just bomb children in the backyard by shooting. The only reason that we can do that right now, and in some places, it's getting harder and harder for people to do that at all in the United States, is because of the sacrifice and the fact that people fought for this. Because people forget so often, it wasn't over tea. No, it wasn't over tea that the American Revolution kicked off. That was getting them mad. That was starting to get people a little bit on edge and maybe ready to go. But it was at the very end when they said, no, now we're going to come after your ammunition stores. We're going to come after your powder. We're going to come after your bullets. Paul Revere did a famous ride, Lexington Concord. And for now, the rest is history. And I say for now because they're trying to change history as we speak, and they're trying to erase history, and they're trying to make people forget, A, why we have our liberties and freedoms to begin with, and why we have the Bill of Rights, which doesn't grant us anything. It just acknowledges that God granted us all we need. You can call it creator. I believe I was created by God, so I'm going to say God. Our God-given rights that were endowed upon us. It's in the founding document, guys. It's right there. Amongst these is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they want us to forget that. And they want to forget all the generals that fought, all the good people that fought in these different wars, because when they put up a general statue that says the 82nd Regiment of Kentucky Volunteers fought courageously, or they say that Andrew Jackson in the Battle of New Orleans fought off the Redcoats because they were coming back to take America again, and they want to tear it down. Here's the problem with that. They tear that down. That is what makes America America. And that's why people have their First Amendment right to go out there and say Black Lives Matter. And considering that all lives matter, that would include black people, but it also includes white people, yellow people, tan people, brown, all different colors, red, because all lives do matter. And the only reason why anybody has liberties, because there is no color on any of the liberties. There's no law right now that says the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed unless you're black, white, brown, whatever. It just doesn't say that. So they want to tear down the statues. Why? To me, it's quite simple. They want people to forget what made America great to begin with and what's been keeping it great this whole entire time. See, Trump didn't invent make America great again. Because like Reagan said, you weren't born with this. You weren't born with liberty. We're only one generation from losing all of it because people are not born with it. You have to keep reteaching every single generation, because as soon as a lot or most people forget, it just goes away and it's gone. Like extinct animals that you'll never see again because they're just gone. And you might be able to find it in an obscure little book somewhere, but I'm not even convinced of that anymore, because they're trying to tear down founding documents. They're trying to physically tear down statues. They're trying to tear down a statue right now. Right now. By the way, guys, any type of race war going on in this country is fake. It's completely fake. Because I know real life black people, and they don't have a problem with the color of my skin, and I don't have a problem with theirs. It's a fake. It's completely fake. And here's how I can tell you that it's fake. They're trying to tear down a statue right now in the name of BLM, which if I was black, I would really, really be offended by that group to even dare use the color of somebody's skin to try to propagate something that has nothing to do with the color of skin. It has to do with tearing down America, because we may have kicked the Bolsheviks' butts and made them tear down that wall when Reagan said to, but they've never gone away. They're never going to go away. They're going to keep trying to come back, right? And to use the color of somebody's skin to try to pass a communist, socialist, Bolshevik agenda, to me, is just wrong. And if I was black, I'd be very, very offended that people are going to use the color of my skin to try to further that. Because the black people I know and hang out with, and I'm sure there's lots of you in the stream right now, they care about all the God-given rights and liberty that I do. Many of you just as much, if not more. But they want to tear down a statue that was dedicated to Emancipation Proclamation. And it shows Lincoln, the Republican president, that freed the slaves and then fought a civil war where a lot of men died. And there was people on different sides that said different things. I know it wasn't only over slavery, guys. However, Abe Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, and in the statue it shows a black person where Abe's 6'6" or whatever, and he's down there and he's rising up. And that statue was paid for. That statue was paid for by not black people in 2020 who were never slaves, and not by white people in 2020 who never owned slaves. No, it was paid by actual free slaves. Actual free slaves that were, I don't want to say given freedom, because I believe God gives all of our rights, but that their rights to be free were acknowledged by Abraham Lincoln. And then they got jobs. And black people have had jobs ever since. There's a lot of black people who are 1,000 times richer than I am, or than I ever will be. And there's a lot of black people with way more YouTube subscribers than me. And white people, and of all colors, by the way. But no, former slaves worked for their hard-earned money, and they bought that statue. That statue was bought by black people because they appreciated that Abe Lincoln had finally acknowledged their God-given rights to be free and to pursue life, liberty. Amongst these, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that all people of all colors were created by their creator, and that these rights belong to them too. And it was finally, for once, acknowledged by the government. And they want to tear that down. Now, let's get to the gun part of things. I've already established that they basically want to tear down the core fundamentals of this country. Okay? They want to tear down the fundamentals of this country. Why? It's real simple. It's real simple. You can look back to places like this, where they said everybody will just work, you'll just tend the fields, you'll just work in the, what's the trendy word to use? Military-industrial complex. You'll work in the military-industrial complex, you'll tend the fields, you'll feed the troops. This was their first currency. The hammer and sickle, right? Yeah, that sounds fine and great. Until all of a sudden we have people like Stalin and others, Stalin specifically in this country. We had Mao in China. We had Hitler in Germany. Mussolini was a fascist. That's basically just a communist wearing a little bit different hat. So all of a sudden tens of millions and eventually hundreds of millions of people literally got killed. Where countries like this were going against other communist, socialist countries and sending tens and thousands of people into bayonet charges with Mosin Nagants with no ammo in their rifle against Panzer tank divisions. So if you want to know what communism's all about, it doesn't take too long to know what it's about. This has literally happened before. These were the Bolsheviks. Violently overthrew, killed Tsar Nicholas. They ran out the czars, they killed them, defaulted on some of their contracts. That's why we have United States Mosin Nagant surplus. Threw out the czars and they brought this in. They were called Bolsheviks. These are communists. These are socialists. And in many cases, these are now Democrats. Now, there's some good Democrats out there who are really starting to wonder now. Like Reagan said, I didn't leave my party left me. So I'm not going to put all Democrats in there, but I'll tell you what. A lot of these people right now with the Democrat Party, they're basically spewing the same exact propaganda as stuff that, not in theory, might happen if we don't watch it, stuff that has literally happened. It's happened, it's documented for now. For now. Because like Franklin said when he was asked, do we have a republic or a monarchy? He said a republic if you can keep it. And as of right now, we still have some history books and some history that some people know that documents the rise of the Bolsheviks, communists, fascism, socialists. And if you're willing to take the time to read it and learn about it, it really did happen. Now, I say for how much longer, I don't know. Because book burning, and by the way, when things are censored online and videos like this are censored and great essays people write and Facebook posts and all the social mediums, when those are shadow banned and those are out and out deleted and people's accounts are struck and deleted, that's book burning. Book burning at all-time highs right now. Book burning way more than what's probably even conceivable. Probably burning more books than what King George would have ever even thought of burning. So that's why I say, as of right now, it's still provable in history how this stuff looks, what it looks like. And as I've said before, there's something in common with all these countries and these regimes that came in and took a generally free people and enslaved them into the chains of communism, Bolshevik, socialist. There's one thing in common. They all banned the guns. And that's why I believe, as many people say, I didn't come up with this saying, but I fully believe in it. The Second Amendment was put in place to acknowledge, these are God-given rights, by the way. They weren't granted to us by the Founding Fathers. But the Founding Fathers specifically prohibited the government from infringing, touching, like don't even get close to it. Don't even think about it. That's what shall not be infringed means. They put that there, in my opinion, to protect all the rest. Because as Mao himself said, all political power comes from the barrel of a gun. Because they'll tell you, you're not allowed to speak that way. You say, well, I'll say whatever I want. Yeah, up and until the point where someone with a gun comes, points it in your face and says, no, you don't understand. You'll stop no matter what. Because you'll either stop on your own free will or I will stop your pulse. And then, therefore, you will stop that speech. And that has happened in so many countries throughout history. And it's still actually happening today. It's happening in third world countries. It's happening all over the place. And it's even happening in the United States of America. And within the United States of America, we now have third world countries spawning. Places where you look at the crops can't grow. You look at places called Chop, Chaz, Raz, Faz, Fraz, whatever the heck it's called today. I don't know. But it looks like a third world country to me. And it looks like a place where I wouldn't live, where I wouldn't want to take my child through or my wife. They say it's safe during the day, but it's not safe at night. They call it autonomous. If that's not proof that there's not a movement to literally tear down the United States of America and get rid of all of our liberties and make us just like all these other crappy places to live in the world, I don't know what is, but I can tell you something. The mainstream politicians of the United States of America that are surrounding this Chaz, Chop, Fraz, whatever, right? They're saying it's fine. They're supporting it. So what's scarier, the people that are actually doing this or the ones that are not only letting them get by with it and actually encouraging it? Now, when you see places like this, I don't even know what to call it. I don't want to call it anything, so I'm just going to call it communist crap hole. When you look at this communist crap hole that looks worse than most third world countries, looks like the old Cambodia footage they used to show, quite frankly, or worse. It reminds me of something I've said before. and I'm going to say it again. When they're talking gun control, gun's not the operative word, guys. Control. It's all about control. And the gun just happens to be a tool that you can use to fight off oppression, physically, literally stop it, right? And I've often said, too, that don't for 1 minute think that these people don't like guns. They love guns. Feinstein loves guns. Pelosi loves guns. And this third world sewer hole, supposedly new country that showed up, they love guns, too, because there's footage showing some famous rapper. I don't even know his name. I don't even think he's that famous, but whatever. Some guy with a little bit of money that's in the group bringing in guns by the truckload, AR-15s like that. And as soon as they got this crap hole, whatever they call it, like I said, I don't want to give it too much credence, but they call it country, zone. They built walls around it, which was the number one thing that Trump campaigned for, and they all hate, but they built walls around their town. Now, here's the thing. What's the wall for? Is it to keep what they perceive as bad people out, or is it to trap the peasants in? Because when you look at the classic walls throughout history, Great Wall of China, Berlin Wall, it wasn't so much to keep people out, it was to keep people in from fleeing their tyrannical government. And I say flee because at that point in time, they had already taken all their guns. I don't think I need to say it, but I'm just going to remind you guys. Gun control, vast gun control swept through. Russia then becoming USSR. Gun control took the guns from the peasantry. Of course, they compelled you to join the army, and then you get a gun. May or may not issue you ammunition because that might be too much money to spend on your petty little know-nothing life. Nah, might just have been a bayonet. But yeah, no more guns in the private hands of citizens. Germany came through, massive gun control. Italy. Let's jump to more modern times. Venezuela. In the late 70s, virtually confiscated every gun in the whole country, and look at them now. They fall right in line with those oppressive regimes. Third world country now. Was once the richest per capita country in the whole world, Venezuela, with enough natural resources where everybody in that country could be the equivalency of a millionaire. But they're not. They're eating out of the backs of garbage trucks. And for those that would have tried to fight back, too late, sorry. Their previous generations probably didn't fight hard enough because they gave their guns up, and now the current generations can eat out of garbage trucks and kill their dogs and cats and other pets just to find food. And you don't have to look too back for that. That's actually been going on just the last couple of years. And it's going on right now as we speak. But they could all be millionaires there. But this is corruption. And absolute power corrupts absolutely, okay? And it has. And you need to look no further than the current Venezuela, USSR, Germany, many other countries. And you also have to look no further than the places like currently going on right now out on the West Coast, Oregon, California. Heck, look at the governor of Michigan. Look at the governor of Michigan and Dana Nessel, the AG, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, and how she's with California, along with like over a dozen other attorneys general against our God-given rights and for the communist state of California. Now, there's probably some good people that live in California then here, but it's a communist state, and it shows and it's portraying a lot of the same traits as these other countries that I've talked about. But back to this chop, chaz, fraz, whatever the heck it's called, this crap hole, sewer hole, despicable place. They love guns because they brought them in, and they're walking around with guns. And if they don't like you for whatever reason, it's mob rule. They form a mob, they get around you, and they point guns at you. It's been documented. If you want in, they don't think you're one of them. You get a gun pointed at you. And in some cases, if you want out, you get a gun pointed at you. And they're currently trying to compete with Chicago. Some call it Chirac. Or places like Detroit. Because I'll be just as harsh on my state as any state. Places like Detroit and Chicago and many others, they're trying to compete with them for murders per capita. Because so far, 3 people have been murdered. Including, unfortunately, a young black man who, from what the news is reporting accurately, I think in this case, was quite the young man, wasn't really a thug or anything bad with him at all. He wasn't necessarily part of this. He just happened to be in there, so far as I've read anyways. So, yeah, this isn't just Venezuela. Look no further than Lansing, Michigan, California, Crap Hole, formerly known as Chaz. Oh, they're walking around with guns. They all have guns. They all have guns. Now, they don't have the trigger discipline that we do, okay? Where, when we go to these rallies, I just put up another video, Mike Detmer speaking, which I'm going to get to that in a minute, from the rally in Lansing, where you see the members of the Michigan militia there on the stage providing security, ready to go in their full kit, but with their finger outside the trigger. No. Bolsheviks, communists, they don't roll that way. They're walking up to it like right in people's face, like finger on the trigger, like, yeah. Not a whole lot different, actually, as sad as it makes me to say it. Sad as it makes me say it, basically. This is sad, guys, but you can look at old pictures in World War II where you see people due to their race, due to their religion, due to their ethnicity, down on their knees with Germans standing there with P-38s pointed right at their head. And you guys know what happened next. And I want Susan to still remain a fan of the show, so I'm not going to go any further. But you know what happened within seconds of that picture getting taken. And I'm actually seeing that in Chaz. I'm seeing people in this despicable, whatever you want to call it, third world hole that they call its own country. They're pointing guns right in people's faces. And then in some cases, way too many. If you look at per capita, they're literally beating Detroit, Chirac, all these places. They're beating them in per capita shootings right now. Just pointing guns in people's faces, just savage mob rule. Don't dare walk in here because of the color of your skin. You might not end up out alive. And this is not hyperbole. This is actually happening. And it's not just being condoned, but it's being promoted. It's being exacerbated by, in this case, usually the Democrat Party and the United States of America. And I hope I don't have to come on here in a year and say in the former United States of America, because this is how it's been in third world countries where warlords and thugs go around and they posse up and they point guns in people's faces and they extort local businesses and say, you'll pay the tax, you'll pay the fees. That's been going on too in this holy grail of a city, according to the left, that they've put up in there. This is going on. You no longer have to buy a plane ticket and go to, like I said, places that God bless the people that live there. It's nothing against the people, but these really crappy countries out there, like Venezuela and Cambodia and the former Com Block, places where people truly lived under oppression. And you know what's funny, by the way? I've never met an immigrant once. They grew up in one of the former, behind the Iron Curtain, Soviet puppet states. I've never heard of one of them come over here and assimilate and become proud Americans, say, oh, you want that. You want to go back to socialism and communism. No, you don't hear that. You hear the exact opposite. Like, we left. We escaped the Iron Curtain to America. You guys better get your crap straight here. Because you know what? No one else is going to take Americans. America's been the refugee for the whole entire world. And once America's gone, there's not going to be any place for the rest of you guys to go. And I don't think a lot of gun owners get it yet. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, so this is specifically to you guys. This is stuff for you guys to remind your friends. Don't you get it yet? This is the last place in the world where we still have some semblance of freedom, of liberty that were given to us by our Creator and not by government. Because anytime government allows you to do something, they always take it away. So if we let them change our country to something else, and they're already way down the tracks, guys, this isn't something that's about to begin. This is probably already 3/4 of the way down the way. And there might be time or it might be too late. And you guys can let me know, and you guys can get involved and try to turn it around, okay? But this is way, way, way down the tracks. I think we're already almost looking at the caboose. Does that mean I've given up? Heck no, it hasn't mean. It doesn't mean I've given up. But I will tell you guys something. I'm just going to say this as an anecdote, but I want you guys to think about this and reflect on it, because a lot of you are smarter than I am. But the Taurus G3C came out last week and a half ago now. Nobody was more excited to get it than me. And I hope he's in here tonight because he's a good friend and a great guy. But a guy named Shojas, a fellow Michigan guy, a veteran, patriot, great guy. He right away, within like minutes of me saying, I want the G3C, guys, but I have no connections, no sponsors. Taurus doesn't know. It's all true. How do I get one? He said, dude, run over to Gun Buyer. They've got them right now. He sent me a message in the public comments of YouTube. So you all could have gone there too if you read it as quickly as I did. That's a whole other point. But I went and bought it right away. I got it quickly. It was awesome. And I'm really, really excited. And there's going to be like tons of gun videos on this channel. There really are. I put out a video just talking about the gun, saying, guys, because so many of you asked me, do you know about the G3C? Are you going to get the G3C? I put out a video saying, hey, guys, I know about it. I'm going to get it. I totally love it, right? And it's going to be coming here as soon as I can get one. And I said, but here's some of the things, and I read off some of the stats, whatever. Take that video over 13,000 views, which I appreciate all of it. If I do a video and it gets that many views, that just means I'm having fun with more friends, right? And then about a week later, which was 3 days ago, I put up the unboxing and first review of the Taurus G3C, which is awesome. And 15,000 people, are you kidding me? You guys rock. Like, how do 15,000 people even know who I am? But that's how many watched that video. And it was great. And then I did another video just showing how the slide interchanges from the G3 to the G3C. And that's cool. Update shooting video coming very soon. See, guys, you guys will get the point here. I can chew gum and walk at the same time. There's still going to be plenty of gun reviews because I love doing those. But there's also going to be plenty of gun rights because we lose our gun rights. We lose our God-given rights. We lose the United States of America. There's nowhere for us to go. There's no other country we're going to buy these guns, and we can actually review them. These review videos will be gone. And meanwhile, you know what? I have people coming in the comments saying, you should only do gun reviews. Oh, why? I'm going to only do gun reviews? What, to get to some subscriber number or get where I'm a paid shell and I'm getting money? No, the only reason I have fun on this channel is because I do whatever the heck I want. All of my stuff's unscripted. You know why it looks like I'm having fun in my videos? Because I am, and I'm not acting. And people that know me in real life, this is how I am in real life because this right now is real life. So I'm going to do what I do. And I don't care if somebody says, I came for the G3C and now I'm out because of the politics. See you later, because you're going to be gone anyways. You know why? You know why you're all going to be gone? Because all these gun channels will be gone. You think we're going to be able to review firearms on YouTube? No, YouTube will probably shut all of us down before they even outlaw guns in the United States. And you know why I'm worried that could happen and why I'm trying to motivate and urge some of you just to maybe get a little more involved if you can, okay? I've been talking a lot about politics. And yeah, politics suck, but I'm talking the good kind of politics where we're not voting for two sides of the same coin. Let's see. This one's the worst ever on gun rights. This one's really crappy on gun rights, but not as bad as the other one. So it's like, go buy me a more expensive scale. Okay, now with this expensive scale, it's like 1/100th of a gram difference in these two. So I'll vote for the lesser of two evils, right? Because I'd rather them ban. Did you say that? Did you say you'll still keep the G2C, sir? Yes, sir. I'm going to, this is these politicians nowadays. I'll ban your AR, I'll ban your AK, but you can still keep the G2C. Asterisk with a 10-round mag. Okay, as long as I can have my Taurus G2C, I'm good. I'm good. Not a problem. Look, guys, this isn't hypothetical. This isn't hypothetical. I already cannot touch gun in live streams right now, and I've not been able to do it for months. You know why? Because people said, just talk about the guns, dude. Just talk about the guns. I came here for the guns. I left because of the politics. Well, guess what? I'm not going to stop, and I'm never going to stop. What's going to happen is they're going to stop me because, in my opinion, not enough of the gun community has our God-given rights back or the Second Amendment's back or even cares enough to go look for pro-gun candidates in their primaries, pro-liberty candidates, pro-freedom of speech candidates. Most of the people I know don't even know a primary exists. So, not for you guys. You guys probably already know more about this than I do. But I'm telling you guys why I'm doing what I do. Because there is no acting on here. This is really me. And when I'm in real life, I talk about this stuff just as much, if not more, than I do on here. And I got 15,000 views on the G3C video. And it's a great gun. And I'm really excited about it. And it's awesome to have that many good people to talk about guns. Because this channel will still always love guns, okay? But I showed a patriot in Michigan. This is a guy that I can guarantee you, not going to join the swamp. And if he is, I know where he lives, and I'll drag him out so you guys won't have to. How about that? And I'm trying to talk to you guys about primaries. This is how primaries work. If you live in Michigan's 8th district, he might be able to earn your vote. But this is so much bigger than just Mike Detmer, which I do endorse for United States congressman. But all of you guys, there's a Mike Detmer out there in all of your areas of this whole country. Are you guys finding them? Are you encouraging your friends to find them? So we don't have to have the guy that's like, well, I'll let you keep your G2C, but I'll ban your AR. And then the other guy's like, I'm just going to ban all guns. Like, maybe I'll let you have a shotgun for now. Do you want to keep having to vote between those two people? I don't think so. And so many people tell me, they say, well, yeah, I'm pro Second Amendment. Yeah, I vote. Well, then you guys, I'm going to ask you guys a question. And I know I get on these rants and I don't necessarily read it live. I go back and I read these afterwards. So if you guys are leaving a comment for me, you're not wasting your time. Trust me, I'm going to read it later. Why did that video only get 300 views? Why do people just want to talk about guns on here that are going to be gone because I already can't touch them right now? I already can't touch them. How many of you where you live can't even have a full capacity magazine of 12 rounds in your Taurus G3C? Because they've already taken those 2 rounds from you. They didn't give it to you, but they took. And now you have 10 rounds. What are we going to get to on here? For a little bit, they'll say, well, now you can only show 10-round mags on YouTube because we've already let them say that you can't show anything bigger than 30 rounds. Now, there's some technicalities, but for the general purposes of things, you can't show yourself loading or inserting over a 30-round mag in YouTube on a standalone video. Of course, you can't do it on a stream because you can't even touch a gun in a stream. So we're on a website. Let me get this straight, guys. And can someone answer this for me and help me out? Because I really do read all the comments, and I'm going to go back to them in just a second here. How is this still a hypothetical? And how is it I came to the channel for the guns, but I left because of the gun rights and the politics when I already have no gun in my hand, can't touch it, or the stream in the channel is gone? That already happened. I can't load up a 40-round magazine or a 72-round drum or a 100-round drum because they already took that off of YouTube. How is it even a hypothetical that they're going to keep coming for them more and more and more while people say, let's just keep talking about guns? Now, they might take it down to just a revolver soon. And then the revolver channels, and I'm subscribed to some of them, and they're great channels. We'll just go watch those. Is that all this is about? So I'm just being me on here, and I'm going to keep talking about this. And there's going to be many gun videos on this channel. I think I've put out like 3 or 4 gun videos just this week. But I'm going to keep going to Lansing, and I'm going to keep looking for political candidates. You know, whether it's my friend who was on the stream last week, Rick Nieper, county commissioner candidate. Okay, Bob Bazat, Michigan State representative candidate. Mike Detmer, candidate for the United States Congress. Okay. I'm going to keep looking into that and doing that because there is an election here coming up. Whether you guys want there to be or not, there is one. And there's many people running under both parties. And they do want to take your guns. And they're doing nothing in Washington right now. Nothing to stop the censorship of places like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which the last 3 is all the same company, by the way. And they're doing nothing to stop that either. So it's up to you guys. And I think that's really where this starts. It starts on the grassroots level. And I've seen it happen in my local community. I know it can happen in all of your local communities. And I understand on the surface of things, it's hard for you guys to get excited about Mike Detmer here in Michigan running for U.S. Congress and Bob Bazat running for state rep and Rick Nieper running for county commissioner. I get it. If you live in California, you don't know any of these guys from a hay bale, but it's still the same principle. Whether you live in Minnesota, whether you live in New York, whether you live in Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alaska, you guys are all over the place. A lot of your states have more supposed conservative and Republican voters than mine do. But I still watch a lot of your politicians on TV, and when they publicize the vote, still voting anti-gun. I guarantee you. Now, he's better than most, and he may be the best congressman in the United States, but I'm telling you, there's a Mike Detmer in your area. And you'll probably never know his name. You know why? You'll never know his name. because you'll end up with Mitt Romney versus the most liberal left-wing nutjob fascist that's ever been seen. And you'll grit your teeth and you vote for Mitt because he's a little bit less worse than the other one. Meanwhile, Mike Detmer or your version thereof, nobody will know about it. Nobody will know about it because 15,000 people will eagerly watch a video that shows a really cool new gun that I totally love doing the video on, by the way. But 300 watch a video on how to actually get involved locally and stop them from not only taking your guns, but taking your country from you and your children and your grandchildren. So we can maybe, screw trying to keep it another 240 years, maybe we can keep it until like 2021. Because I'm watching statues, modern day book burning, getting torn down and demolished quicker now in the past year than in like my whole life up till now combined. So these aren't like far-reaching hypotheticals. Like we need this republic to last another 240 years. Like, can we get through the end of 2021 and still have the United States of America if it keeps going like it does? I'm not trying to get you guys scared. You shouldn't be scared. But should you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder and a little bit ticked off? Yeah. Now, there's 300 million gun owners in this country, or 100 million gun owners, I'm sorry, that own 300 million guns. Well, they must just be gun owners, and there must be a difference between gun owners and people who truly believe and support the Second Amendment, are true patriots, and actually support liberty. Because I'll tell you what, I'm watching a few hundred people, which turns into a few thousand people, and maybe now tens of thousands of people marching in the streets, and they're tearing down statues and completely shredding the previous existence and documentation of this country. That's with like maybe a couple 10,000s of people total. If there was 100 million gun owners that were also patriots, the NFA would be gone in like 1 second. I mean, they're going after the statue of Abe Lincoln, okay? They're going after the statue of Jackson, Old Hickory. This is the guy that fought the British at the bloody Battle of New Orleans. That guy, like, if that's not an American hero, then I don't even know what is. But they're mounting up ropes to the statues. We could have ropes and set ropes around the National Firearms Act and set it fire right now if we even had 10,000 people get out there and actually do something. There's supposedly 100 million gun owners, and apparently less than one in every 100,000 gun owners actually care about the Second Amendment. They just care about the guns until all of a sudden the guns are no more. And then what? Don't come to me. I already have enough guns. I'll be fine. There's a couple people in my life I'm going to take care of, and I'm going to take care of them no matter what. But other than that, I'm sorry. So that's basically what it's come down to. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. It's not you guys. I'm just trying to bring up some points that maybe when you hear the guy that's like, well, I don't want to talk about politics. I only want to go shooting. You don't have to go on rants like I am right now. I get it. It's not palatable for most people. And that's cool because I'm not most people. I'm hanging out with you guys, right? I don't really care about anyone else right now except for you guys because you guys are my friends and that's who I'm hanging out with. But maybe you could broach it a little bit and say, hey, well, you know, man, if we want to keep being able to keep going to the gun range past 2021 or past 2020, maybe we should look at, and if you're in Lincoln County here or Ingham County in Michigan, maybe I'd like to introduce you to a guy named Mike Detmer, or maybe a guy named John Smith in your congressional district in Kentucky, for example. Because Kentucky, guys, they're good old boys. There's a lot of God-fearing, Second Amendment-loving people down there, but obviously not as many as there used to be. Look at your governor. Look at your leadership in Louisville. It's all over the place, guys. This isn't just California and New York anymore. This is Michigan. This is Kentucky. Look at Nashville, Tennessee. Some of the best people I've ever met are Tennesseans. There might not be as many of you guys as you think, because if you walk into Nashville, you'd probably think you're in New York City or somewhere in like California, because it's really hard to tell a difference with how liberal the people have gotten there. So just think about some of this stuff, and I'm definitely going to read you guys' comments. And who knows? Like I said, you guys are often smarter than I am, but it's really time to start thinking, like, do you just like guns? And probably, again, not you guys, because you would have already left by now, or maybe your friends or family. Because do you like something or do you not like it? Because let me give you an analogy real quick here. Back to the G3C. And I have a couple super chats I definitely didn't forget, guys. So I'm going to read them in 1 second here. But going to tell you a quick story about the G3C. It's a popular gun. I'm totally excited about it. Like, again, chewing gum, walking, we can do this, right? I totally love guns, and I do many more gun videos. I also want to try to save our country and our Second Amendment, right? 15,000 people eagerly, and it'll keep climbing every minute of every day. Wanted to see the video on the G3C, and I don't blame them because I was watching videos on it too. 300 people cared about Grassroots Second Amendment, how to get involved, show at rally. Just trying to help you guys, give you guys ideas, okay? And I had some Brazilians, and they're always such nice people that come in there. And they said, man, thank you so much for the G3C video. And the Brazilians know I have respect for the people down there, and they're really nice people, the ones I've interacted with. And they like it when I give them little shout outs. And they said, you guys just enjoy that G3C because we can't buy the G3C here in Brazil. And we can't buy the Taurus G3 in Brazil either. We're hoping years from now, maybe they'll allow us to buy the G3. And maybe years later after that, because everything's so draconian and slow down here, maybe eventually we'll get to buy the G3C after the G4C or 5C has already come out. So think about that. People fly into a video and they only want to talk about guns, but not the politics. And there's even famous channels that have 10,000 more that watch them than mine ever will. And that's fine with me because I am who I am, and it's not going to change because you can only be yourself, right? So anyways, to say guns but no politics, and that's fine. They can do that, and I totally appreciate that. But how about Brazil? No G3C because of the politics. No Taurus G3 because of the politics. Because many of these guns that we review, many, the people can't own them in their own country where they were made. And also many guns here in the United States are made in states that we can buy in some states, but they can't even buy it. They live a mile from the factory where it's made, and they can't own it. But people in other states can. So not many people care about Grassroots getting actual good candidates that are going to stand out for our God givers. Not many people care about that. But the Brazilians care. The Brazilians care. They say, don't give up your guns, guys. We can't buy most of our own guns. You want to hear something else from Brazil? The guy says, we can get the G2C for about $800 US. $800 US for a G2C in Brazil. Are people fine with that here? They love guns. Do you want to pay $800 for a $200 gun? Or do you not want to be able to buy it at all? Because in Brazil, they can't buy the G3C at all for any amount of money whatsoever. So just think about it. But it's a proven fact that the vast majority, about 98%, just by looking at my little analytics, I'm not a numbers guy, but I was kind of just thinking about this and as a little social experiment. So you know what I'm going to do this week? I'm going to do the cool gun everyone's looking forward to. Trying to save our rights to do the next cool gun video past 2021. Then coolest gun ever. Then another one about how we can save our God-given rights. And the numbers basically show that about 50 times more people just like looking at the gun. And that's great because I like to do both. So I would just encourage you guys to maybe talk to your friends that we can do both because it's like a proven fact how much I love guns and all the nuances. And I love the budget little $200 Taurus pistols, and they've become some of my favorites. I have a rather rare build right behind me, a very early Yugo AK that, not to brag, but just to be blunt, not many people own in the USA whatsoever. So I appreciate the nuances. I love the old guns, the new guns. I like the different shades of wood, the bluing. I love all of it just as much as you guys do. But if we can't fight to keep it, then we can have tons of fun right now and then watch it all crash and burn later and just sit there. But here's the difference. The Brazilians and another good friend of mine, he might be watching this later, okay? Dutchman, I don't know how he pronounced it exactly. He always comes in with the British flags and American flags into my comments, giving me a bunch of thumbs ups. He's a Brit, and he really likes the channel. And you know why? Because he likes to look at all the guns on my channel that he can't have in his home country because they took them away. because the people there let them. Now, he didn't let them, but his forefathers and other people did. They didn't fight, just like not many people are fighting here now, and they took them away. And he says, well, at least I have your channel to come to watch all these guns that I can't buy in my home country. And the Brazilians say the same thing to me. And so do the Filipinos and a lot of the Turks and a lot of different people throughout the whole world come into my channel, and they say, keep your guns, because you people in the United States, you're the only way we can even see these guns. Like, they know they're never even going to get to touch these guns their whole life. These are gun enthusiasts. These are people that have often said if they can get their citizenship, they'll come here and fight harder for our gun rights than anybody, because they understand the difference, right? Here's the problem that we have, and I'm assuming most of you are Americans. Here's the problem you all have and that I have. Once they ban them here because nobody cares, we're not going to get to tune into the British channel and watch them because they've already banned them. We're not going to get to go tune into the Brazilians channel because they have too. And there's about 200 countries in this world. And some allow them to have some guns more than what we can in nuanced areas. But in generally, besides like literally 5 countries, every country in the world has more restrictive gun rights than the United States. And if it wasn't for the United States buying power of all of the regular old civilians, citizens that buy guns in this country, 90% of the models that we enjoy, and we debate the little differences. Will this gun slide fit on this frame, vice versa? They only made those guns for the American market. So you'll find 99% of the gun manufacturing will dry up in this world just for the core military productions. And you won't be able to go to anyone else's channel in another country to watch guns. Now, there are some in other countries that show antique and stuff. And if that's your thing, you might get by with that for now until they've realized they've banned all the guns. So now we need to ban the antique and muzzle loading type 2. And don't think they won't do that, because already they've said 30-round magazine is all you can show in a video. And right now I can't touch guns on YouTube. So just think about that. There is no other country to go to. Other people know that already. Like I said, my friend that's a Brit comes in and says that all the time. That's an excellent gun. Too bad I'll never be able to shoot it or own it. The Brazilians, the G3C, they have so much pride that these nice guns are made in their countries. Too bad they can't own it. They have to buy the 3 versions old model for like 4 times more than what it's worth. So there you guys go. Think about that a little bit. I'm going to keep talking about everything I do because, hey, that's who I am. And if I tried to fake it for you guys, look, you wouldn't like it anyways. I could fake that I'm like, let's just say forgotten weapons. I could fake that I'm like that. Even though there might be some videos I do that might cross into his territory a little bit. I could fake like I'm Military Arms channel. And a few of my videos might cross into his. I could fake that I'm Guns and Gadgets. I'm going to go through Iraq Veteran. So many huge ones that you guys all love. But you know what? You wouldn't like me if I did that, because if you wanted to watch their channels, you would already be watching theirs. And many of you do anyways. And if I was putting on an act and faking it, I'd only be able to fake it so long, and then my true colors would come out. So from day one, and it's always going to be this way, I'm just going to be myself so that I can have fun and I can't really mess up. Because since there is no script, well, here's what's in front of me. Okay. Since there is no script, I can't read it wrong and I can't mess it up. So I'm making it easy on myself too, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about as far as, are you a gun owner that just likes guns, or are you truly into liberty and a patriot? And here's the kicker to all of it. Again, I know I'm preaching to the choir, just ideas for you to talk to your friends about. But here's the kicker to all of it. I'm both. Okay? You can be both. And if you want to just like guns and you hate all my politics, then please don't waste your time here anymore. I'm not going to tie you down and like you have to sit there and watch. Of course not. It's totally cool. And I won't hate you, and I don't hate anybody on here at all. I don't really hate anybody, period, in the whole world. So there you go. It's all good either way. But to me, I have to be pro-gun and trying to save our republic, which Ben Franklin told us we need to do first. And then I can sit there and delve into all of the coolest gun reviews ever, which I've been told by people I do a pretty good review sometimes, and I'm going to keep doing that. So just thought I'd address that topic because it became glaringly obvious to me that, you know what? Yeah, we're not all on the same page, and that's totally fine. But I believe in both, and I think many of you do too. And I promised I'm going to go back to the comments here, so let me take a peek. Chris built it with a super chat. I hope you're still here, man. Thanks a lot. You're awesome, dude. Hey, buddy, how you doing, man? He's like, show me the documentation for the weapon. Ooh. Some of those weapons are holding on and whatever the heck it's called. Chaz, chop, clap, whatever. Lando Wilson, Chirac isn't all of Chicago. Yes, sir. And Lando, you're awesome, man. You've been around for a long time, and you're an awesome friend of mine, dude. No, I was just using that as a metaphor, just like Detroit. If you looked at a map, you may think I live in Detroit. I don't. It doesn't look anything like Detroit. I'm like an hour away, so I know all of Iraq. You guys know what I'm saying. All of Chicago isn't like Iraq. And I'm sure there's better and worse parts of Iraq itself, too, right? Michigan Watch, lose your gun, you're done. Yeah. Cats, Cars, and Ringtail Gang, what's up? Freebird Farm, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here, man. Rockford Ordnance, another good dude. How's it going, man? Rockford Ordnance says we're all on the same page, and I think most of us like your rants better than the reviews. Well, thank you, and look, probably the people that are here, but trust me, the one or two every Friday that's like, dude, I don't want to talk about politics. I'm out of here. Well, they're no longer here. So that's why I said you guys are the ones that matter right now, because you're the ones that I'm hanging out with, Yeah, Robert Sistrunk, streets will run red if we lose our guns, if the Second Amendment's repealed. I think you're right, sir. Doug Myers with the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. You guys know I'm not doing this for the money. My moderator, I was just talking to him right before the stream. And look, this is nothing for you guys to feel guilty about. It's just a true story. I said, yeah. He goes, man, did you get your lawns cut? I said, you know what? I had to forgo the very last one. I could have done it. But I would have been literally turning off the blades at 9:30, rushing back to the shop at 9:45, panting, and not started the stream till 6. But you know what? A lot of people set their clock to 9:30, and this is what I look forward to all week. So skipped out on a lawn for the night. So yeah, definitely nothing I'm getting rich on here, guys. Trust me. JD West says my politics and my reviews are welcome, and that's awesome, and that's the cool thing about it. It's like, if you guys want to watch the one video but not the other, of course, like, duh. If you want to watch one of my videos and skip 10, that's awesome, right? Like, totally, I don't care. But I was just saying, like, I can't help but to notice on statistics, and I wanted you guys to think about it, because maybe you've had it where you've kind of thought of some of these things, and I might go on a rant for an hour, and I might say 300 things, and maybe one or two of them applies to your situation, and it can start a conversation with you and your friend where you're like, man, let's like go shooting today, but instead of going shooting today and tomorrow, how about and you're going to fill in the blank, okay? If you're in Michigan, it might be the Mike Detmer, round table or rally or whatever, right? But it might be the John Smith rally in the great state of Louisiana or Alabama. Trust me, there's patriots everywhere. Let's go talk to them, and maybe they'll say, hey, we're Grassroots. We're 100% pro 2A. Maybe you'll meet some of their friends that'll vouch for him. Oh, yeah, he's the real deal. Well, do you have any flyers? And maybe you and your friend could go pass out 100 of their flyers on Sunday and just go shooting Saturday. Does that make sense? Are some of you guys already doing that? Am I encouraging anybody to maybe think about it? You guys know what I'm saying, right? Liberty Not says, I'm considering returning to Iraq. I have friends there again, but I'll never return to Illinois. Well, Limber Johnson from the great state of Oklahoma. There still are a lot of great states, guys, and it's still a great country, okay? It really is. But I'm watching stuff really getting kind of haywire, aren't you guys? Like, man, like 240 years of building it up, they're tearing some of it down. I'm not going to lie, guys. There's no reason for me to fearmonger you. They've not torn down the whole country. And I hope it's not that they haven't torn it down yet. I hope it's they've not torn down the whole country, nor will they ever. I hope that's the answer. But gosh, am I seeing statues getting torn down. I'm seeing virtual book burnings. It doesn't look like really anybody stopping it. Not many people, a couple. God bless them. A couple are trying to stop it, but not many. Not many. Man, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce the name here, but Texas, Booyah, Boujia. I can't pronounce, dude. I'm sorry. Says, just be pro 2A. I was pro 2A before I owned any gun. So you guys are adding in some comments for me to digest later. And there'll be the comment in here that's like, dude, just keep doing what you're doing. We love the channel. And there's going to be the one that says you're an idiot. Like, I'm out of here, right? I get it. It's cool. Z Fayal's in the house. What's happening, man? Ramon Nieves, Puerto Rican hillbilly. What's happening, man? Stands for the Second Amendment. Yes, sir. You're a Puerto Rican American, but Puerto Rico, they actually passed some pretty good gun rights. How about that, man? Puerto Rico. Okay, Leo, Philippines need a permit to merely possess a weapon in their own home. And you need another permit to conceal carry. There you go. And not even all guns are available in the Philippines, are they? I did that one cool video, by the way, that Zagana had the Philippines police logo. And I said, shout out to all the Filipinos who watch, because you've all been very polite in past videos. And guess what? I'm not wrong on this stuff. A lot of them very politely came in and said, oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you for, noticing that. And just proved how nice of people they are. Now, does maybe parts of the Filipino government suck? From what I understand, yeah. But a lot of really good people that are of the Philippines or still live there are really, really nice people. And I'm going to stand by that because I've just found it to be true. Definitely found it to be true. JB in Water, too. Awesome, man. Nice to see you. Chuck R. John Doe. Yeah. John Doe, what's worse than not being able to find a gun? Your tax guy no longer do taxes. Now pay double, triple elsewhere. Ooh. Well, in Brazil, they're paying quadruple for the G2C than we are. It's true, guys. It's true. Lincoln Tanksy, hello. Yes, Brazil has a model we can't get, but it's not because it's illegal for us to get it. It's just for whatever business reasons they've yet to distribute it here. So it's not that we can't get, we just don't have it, right? It's not illegal here is what I'm trying to say. And I'm at 94 thumbs up. So 100 would look pretty good, guys. It would have a nice look to it. 3-digit thumbs up. Do you think we can make it happen? I think we can. It's really, really hot in this shop. You guys see how I'm sweating? And I'm not nervous about Susan because she just sent me a text message and said she likes the channel as always. Susan Wiki, the CEO of YouTube. It's just literally 80-something degrees in here. And with this storm coming through, it's adding more humidity. Like I'm trying to suck cool air into the shop, but it's just bringing in like the 99% humidity, right? Now, 817 LDS super chat. This is the only way I can support you for now. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And all of you guys are supporting just by hanging out, really. I mean, I wouldn't come on here just to talk to myself now, would I? So I appreciate the super chat, man. I really do. John Voorhees, these elected officials are going to push us too far the way they're acting. I don't know. Will they or not? Or will they just keep pushing us further? That's my question I have for you guys. Will we push back or will they just keep pushing further and further and further? I hope I didn't. I missed so many comments, guys. Ozark Yeoman, how's it going, Ozark? Knucklehead BLM protest of Ferguson shot himself in the foot. Yeah. Randall Hill's talking about down in Bama. Jeremy Wilson, formerly of Bama, now of Michigan. Randall, you bring up a good point. The channel is called 2A EDU, doesn't have guns in the title. That's true. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying, but I do love guns too, though, right? Like, can I do both? I hope I can. I'm going to do it anyways, even if I can't. How does that sound, guys? Victor says hello from Hawaii, family in Howell. How's it going, man? Yeah, get a hold of me. I don't really have like a public show. I have some guests lined up here in the future, but let's see here. JD West says, no, you're right. Stick to your guns. Okay, well. Robert says, I guarantee you won't live to see a USA with no 2A. I hope you're right. I don't know for sure about that, though. I don't know for sure. JB and Water 2, keep doing what you please. Yeah, I'm just reading through the comments, and I'll read them later, guys. And this isn't me, like, begging for people to back me up. I'm just telling you guys, like, if you haven't figured it out yet, you guys already do. This is ironic because you guys are still here, right? But I'm not acting. Like, I'm just going to be myself, and that's how I've always been. And a lot of people lately are like, no, just do more gun reviews. But I will tell you this. I literally can't wait. Like, I'm still a little behind on work. But this weekend or very early next week, I'm going to be shooting the G3C with the G3 slide on it. Now people are saying, well, how about putting the G3 slide on the G3? Teaser for a future video, I'll tell you that. Which magazines are compatible? Oh, yeah, you're going to see that. So plenty more gun videos coming up. Like many more. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call Mike Detmer and his campaign manager probably tomorrow or Sunday and see if he'd like to come on here for a live stream. So I'm going to keep doing both. Now, that would be a good live stream. I'm not going to volunteering for it. I'm just going to be honest with you guys and say I'm going to try to. I don't know if I'm a big enough channel to get somebody that big on here, but he's a pretty good speaker, guys. And I don't mean that he's cocky or nothing like that. I would just only do it if it were to help him, you know, and what he's doing here. Because these guys need to campaign right now. They really do. For example, if he's got a speech where he's going to be talking to 1,000 people, go there, dude. Go there. Because I want somebody that's actually not in the swamp and of the swamp to be representing us in Washington here in Michigan. That's what I want. Let's see here. Oh, the chat just skipped on me. It always skipped. Were you here, Show, just earlier when I thanked you for telling me about that? When you told me about the G3C, I couldn't find it, dude. I promise you. Ask Mateo, who just sent me a super chat. You don't need to because you work like really hard behind the scenes, running, for lack of a better word, security on the channel. Yeah, guys. As small as this channel is, which is teeny, once you even get to any size at all, you actually need someone to run security on your channel. I mean, there's people that hate us out there. You wouldn't believe all the work he does behind the scenes. But yeah, just keeping the comments clean enough where they won't kick us totally out of here, and clean enough where 8-year-olds like my little girl, who I hope's watching right now, can still watch. You know what I'm saying? There's nasty people out there. But yeah, Show just, I can thank you for about 30,000 views, because if it wasn't for you, I would not have that G3C. You know what's crazy, dude? I'm talking to Show and all the rest of you, because he's a Michigan guy, and so are you guys. This is so true. I tell you guys, I say, look, I know the G3C's out. Nobody's looking forward to reviewing it more than me, right? I can't find one because I don't have connections. I have no gun shop that sends me free guns whatsoever. Taurus does not know who I am and won't even return my phone call. It's true. It's just true. A viewer, and he's right here, comes in the comments and says, dude, you can go to Gun Buyer. I can't even say the full URL because that's against YouTube policy. But I go to Gun Buyer. They have them. And he goes, oh, and by the way, they're good to go. I bought from them before. Never even shopped there in my life. This man right here tells me. It's true. I go in there and I buy it immediately. Now, he left this in the same comment section that all of you can read. I assume some other people read his comment and they went and bought one immediately too. I've had 350 messages from people ever since saying, nah, dude, there's no way you got that. You have to be a shill. You had to have had some special connections. I'm like, he put it in the public comments. And then they said, I don't read comments. And it's like, ugh. So for whoever read Showjus' comment, including me, in the public comments, and it's there, maybe you guys bought one before they sold out. Now, since then, guns are crazy right now, guys. Any popular model, let alone the G3C, which is the most popular model of pistol, being sold like right this second in the whole U.S. I don't mean it's the most popular, like owned. I just mean more people are trying to buy the G3C than any other gun right now, and it's not even close. Just like they've bought more G2Cs over the past 2 years than any other model, and that's not even close. So, yeah, that's how we help each other out. And they still come in and call me a shill. It's like, a real person that I can cite right now. And thanks a lot, buddy, by the way. And he put it in the comments, and they're like, No, he got one. He's a shill. I'm like, I just read. I mean, every once in a while, it pays dividends to read. So it's kind of funny. Still freedom of speech if you're saying what they want you to hear. Absolutely. Show just you know the truth. It's just funny. Oh gosh, I've even lost friends over this. They're like, no, you were with Taurus the whole time. I knew it. No, if I was with Taurus the whole time, I'd tell you guys if I was. There's like hundreds of you that'll be happy if Taurus sends me a free gun, because many of you are like, dude, you deserve it by now, and we still think you give an honest review, but they really, really don't. So it's hilarious. And I'm actually trying to give a lot of my friends here who have small channels a little encouragement. Some small channels that are bigger than my small channel. Some of yours are a little smaller than mine. That you can't make them all happy. You really can't. But if you're just yourself, and a few people happen to like it, then what do you have to lose, right? So one of my friends just made an apology video. That's great, man. But just be yourself and be in a good mood, and the people will come around. There's a lot of good people out here. And I'm looking at over 100 of them in here right now, actually. Now, I need to find out a way, guys. Let me look at my phone here, okay? You guys are pretty cool, but there's a few people out there, so hopefully I'll get a text here. I want to know if the prettiest girl in the whole wide world is watching this right now. And if she is, if Mama could send me a text and let me know, because I have a couple little, I don't know if they're unboxings or previews that I want to show you guys, okay? And something very special to show, literally what I said. The prettiest, nicest, sweetest girl in the whole world. And it's not even close except for her mom, which is a close tie. So if somebody's watching, send me a text. But in the meantime, check this out, guys. If you live in southeastern Michigan, I've got a bone for you guys. Super Match GNA. A lot of you guys know Matt. He's awesome. He's one of those guys that's like both. He's both a pro gun shop, or, he's a great gun shop, and he's pro gun. Like, shall not be infringed. Story, like, period. And check this out. I went there and actually supported my local gun shop in a couple ways. How much of a teaser should I give you guys? All right. First thing I've got coming here, okay? And it's going to be on the channel very soon. It's a Canic. And it starts with an S and it ends in an X. So all you Canic fanboys, I've had the original Canic 55 TP9 forever. And I might have another one coming very soon. That's the Canic. Starts with an S and ends in an X, and it's 3 letters. So, yeah, I gave that away. Also, okay, she's watching. 1 second. I'm going to show some ammunition. Then I want to show the prettiest girl in the whole wide world something. So, check this out. Do you guys remember before all this BS started happening? And, again, the flu, the riots, when you could just buy ammo? I bought some of this and told you guys about it. Now, I've included it in some of my follow-up videos. This is the Scorpio S9A STV ammo, 9mm, 124 grains. Now, I've seen this stuff for $14-15 online, sells out within minutes plus shipping. Supermatch GNA has this stuff for $10 a box right now. So just $10 even, sales tax, but you pay that online too. So if you're in southeast Michigan, look them up. Supermatch G&A, Newport, Michigan. $10 a box right now. You can buy 1 box. You can buy a case. Since I bought the Canic that starts with an S and ends in an X, but I have to leave you guys some suspense. I wasn't able to afford a full case, but I bought half a case. So there you go. 10 boxes for $100, and that's for future videos, including the Stoeger STR9, which appears to like the 124 grain NATO foreign spec ammo, if you will. Now, the U.S. is a member of NATO too, but I call it foreign ammo because besides our military, Americans like 115 grain a lot of times for plinking. Besides their militaries, most civilians like 124 grain in the rest of the world. So, and these imports that we're buying from many countries, Turkey, elsewhere, they like 124 grain NATO spec ammo, guys. So I don't know why it's not zooming in. There we go. $10 a box. Awesome price. Now, this is more important than that, guys, because I've been working so much. I just want to take 2 minutes, if you guys can indulge me. And when she gets a little older, she can come on the stream. But this is the prettiest girl I've ever seen, the smartest, the kindest, and just for putting up with me, the best daughter in the whole world. I love you so much, honey. So the ammo is for all the big kids, and here's for the other ones. And this is what I got for you that I'm going to be bringing home. And I think this is pretty cool. So here's how this works. We have an elephant, right? And I'm not going to go through all of them, but just all kinds of cool animals in here. A lion. And then you can go through and literally pick whatever parts of its face that you want. And I know you have a good sense of humor because you take after your dad, right? Or all of your good traits you take after mama, the bad ones off of me. But other than that, she's got a good sense of humor like her daddy. So there you go. This is a shout out to the best, most awesome daughter that there ever is in the whole wide world. Wouldn't trade you for anything, and I hope that you like this. How cute is that, by the way? So, there you go. And Mama, I love you too. And also, while I was at the store, I got this. And this is something people forget about, right? Like, you got your new gun, and you're going to have to clean it. You're going to have to oil it. Taurus G3C, same as the G2C. Same as all these other ones. Taurus actually shoots their guns with like very dirty ammo, which is fine, whatever. They oil it up and there's this black goop. So don't forget about this. Walmart. Look, I don't particularly like Walmart either, but after every department store went anti-gun, now it's like you literally have to buy something somewhere you don't eat. But this is not an endorsement to them. I'm just trying to help you guys out. Walmart. 6-pack of these Dr. Fresh toothbrushes. I buy the Firm, not for my teeth. I like to use a Sonic Care, but $1 even. 6 for $1. This is what I use for cleaning guns almost exclusively. These are awesome. They're about 15 cents a piece. And there you go. You can buy the soft ones if you want, but the Firm works better to get in there and get some of the grit. So there's a little tip for all of you. 6 gun cleaning brushes for $1 total. As well as my local gun shop in southeastern Michigan, Super Match, $10 a box for this, which is like awesome. That's like basically, that was a great deal even months ago for this kind of ammo. Brass cased, nice stuff, right? And guns and gun rights are kind of boring now, guys, because I keep looking at this and it's like you could do a lot with this. Like seriously, just think about it. There's like mustaches, there's okay, so I'm a little bit interested in this. So you guys just go over there. You guys are boring because I've now found that something a little more interesting. And now that's a good idea right there to put the. So let's see here. I can go the bow tie. And, how about this? The white tail of the tiger. Oh, you guys are still there? I'm not joking. I literally did get sidetracked, but. I love this kind of stuff. You guys with little girls know what I'm talking about, right? Who cares about guns? All right, let's see here. Amanda Coble, a little girl's going to love that. Yep. Todd says you got to love baby girls, and I do. I do love mine for sure. She takes after her mom. All of her good traits take after her mom, of course, you know. If she does have any bad traits, it would take after me, but I don't think she has any bad ones, so I'm good to go. Christopher Bishop, what's up, 2A? My answer to your question title, yes, absolutely, about our God-given right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That being said, shooting and collecting firearms makes me happy. Yeah, and that's why I think we need to do both. Maybe some of us have spent too much time with the collecting and shooting, and we might need to just shift, both, but instead of like 90% just guns and maybe 1% gun rights, maybe you could at least get it closer to 50-50, or even if you went like 80-20. You guys know what I'm saying, right? Just a little bit. Barry Austin, my little girl will be 40 in a few weeks. Well, that's the thing. I call her baby girl. She's not literally an infant, guys, but she's still baby girl, quite frankly, and probably will be always, at least in my book. Let's see here. Haji Ortiz, I use Sonic Care. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a dentist. They say don't use the really firm bristles on your teeth. I don't know if that's true or not, guys. I don't care. I just buy the firm bristle for gun cleaning. And they're so good for so many things too. Doing little carburetor work. You guys that work on cars, if you're putting in like say you're changing the hubs out, right? And you're putting in the big snap ring, you want to clean the channel out real good with a little mechanic's pick. Spray yourself some brake clean in there, brush it out. I use the same things for working on vehicles too. You guys know that. Freebird Farm's going to know all about that if he's here still. Never underestimate an old-fashioned toothbrush for you professional mechanics out there. And my stupid screen's getting goofy on me because Windows 10 is wanting to pop up updates in the corner, and I'm trying to fend them off so I can keep reading you guys' comments. Oh, yeah, Barry knows what's up. Marwood, what's happening? Use your brother's toothbrush. Now, that just depends. If your brother's a little tougher than you or he's cool as heck, then no. But if he deserves it, I'm just going to have to leave that up to you guys, to be honest with you. W says Trump 2020. I'll tell you what, I don't want Biden. Am I happy with Trump in every respect? No, but that'll be a topic for another night. No Biden, though. No Biden. Anything to stop him right now. You guys are giving me lots of encouragement. See, here's how this always works. I was actually just in here trying to offer you guys encouragement. Trying to help maybe motivate you guys, give you a little encouragement. Again, I say 300 things. You guys will say, like, it way better than me, and it might just help somebody break a conversation with somebody. And then what do I get back? Same thing I always do. A bunch of nice people being nice to me. So I appreciate all the kind words, guys. Rudy Finney, security fund / compliment department. Thank you. Thank you. And he was reading my mind. I do get the compliments in here, guys, and I do have to pay for them. I try to buy them in bulk, so they're a little bit cheaper. But people like Rudy definitely help with the compliment fund, and I'm kind of on the ragged edge tonight. I don't have my in-house security with me right at this exact moment, but I do have Llama. So you guys do know I have I did a live stream last Thursday at the state capitol, and I was like, well, instead of just making her stand on the other side of the statue and run security, maybe she can sit next to me. So I did let my security detail in on a little video last week. So. But here, this is basically all I need. And quite frankly, does anyone disagree? What more would you need on your YouTube channel other than this? I don't know. I really don't. I can't. Yeah. This is pretty much awesome. Whammy. Running full security in his half-track tank. A little Ma Deuce action right there. I'm good, guys. I'm good to go. But when I travel, thank you, Rudy. When I travel, I do have to drag along the physical security guard. Yeah, and my crafter, he's got it right. He gets it. He's saying gun laws only hurt the law-abiding people of this country. There are enough laws already. They're not being used as is. We don't need any more. There you go. They only help the criminals, which by definition don't follow laws, because criminals don't follow laws. Bad people don't follow laws, and good people generally don't need laws, right? So there you go. And there's probably like 100 people that came in and said hi to me that I missed earlier. So if someone's still here, I guess just say hi to me again, because when I go on my, some people call it rant, whatever you want to call it, I really just kind of, so definitely hate that I probably dissed like 50 people in here tonight, but it wasn't on purpose. I just literally kind of get in my little zone, you know. Chris Gaines, what's happening? Remember, yep, everyone, Joe wants to ban your AR-14. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yep. And you can see that I'm actually friends with Mr. AR-14 himself. We've done video together on this channel, and I actually have some other footage of me and him hanging out that I need to edit and get out there. I really do. Footage of Jerry and I that right now is kind of actually going to waste. I need to get that up on the channel. ADD. It's not necessarily ADD. It's just hard to keep like a whole congruent thought when you're reading stuff, because it's not that you guys distract me in a bad way. You guys actually have a lot of good comments, and just to keep things kind of, you know, Because there are a lot of people that come and watch this the next day or listen to it as a podcast that had to work Friday night, or there was something better to do, a better stream. Who knows why, right? So, yeah, a lot of people come back later. AR-14s have killed 120 million Americans this year. Yeah. Yeah, and he said the flu killed another 100 million. So if you add up like 3 of his stats in a row, we're all dead. So this is all a moot point. If you listen to Sleepy Joe, Biden is a creep, Michael Roberts says. I agree. Most women I know think he's a creep too. AK prices are through the roof. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's a couple things on that. I could talk a long time about that, but I'll just say these were built in a communist era where militaries were able to build up huge stockpiles by oppressing people. And there were many, many parts kits available that were bought for pennies on the dollar until they ran out and until more people became fans of the AK. So that's part of why they've gone up. Plus, like I said earlier, people are panic buying right now because they're afraid of a riot near them. I mean, peaceful protest near them. Peaceful protest where they kill people and burn and pillage. One of those. Or they just don't trust their government. So all guns have gone up in price lately. Pretty much, period. Anything that you would use to defend yourself or country with. And AKs, you could only buy, $99 barreled parts get so long. And then when they ran out or they got wise to it and started raising the prices because you couldn't build them for that price anyways. So it's called military surplus, right? They give it away until there's a demand for it or until they run out. Then it goes up in price. And that's how the AK got started too. Cats, Cars, and Ringtail Gang. AK. Would you guys believe me if I said I've had a new AK in a box for 3 months now and haven't even done the video yet and still have yet to take it out of the box because I literally want to be truthful when I say this is the unboxing? Would you guys believe that? Let me know if you believe me or not before I'm going to admit to whether that's true or not, okay? Chuck R. off to bed tonight. Good night, man. Take it easy. Matt Morrison, what's happening, man? You probably said hi earlier, but I'm glad you said something again. Good to know you're here, man. Here's another good one. Been around here a long time. Long time. A lot of you guys have been. Chuck R., that just said good night. He's been around a long time. Pillbox Bunker. Used to go by a different name, but he's been around for a while. He's been around for at least 1 or 2 streams, right? I'm just taking a peek here at the chat. Biden doesn't even know where he is half the time. Agreed, W. Agreed. Cats and Cars wants a new AK. I love the AK. Dororo. I missed a Wasser 10 for $6 at my local FFL. That's a great deal now. Do you guys know how bad I'd like to go grab like a couple Wassers that are just... I'll just leave it at that. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan. I can't strike a deal with her, guys. She loves the channel. There's really not much more I can do to strike a deal, but you can't touch. Oh, you finally got the Vepr K, Matt. Nice. That's cool. Misha has one of those. Well, of course, Misha has one, right? Is there an AK he doesn't have? I've got quite a few AKs too, guys. Maybe 1 or 2. Rudy Finney calls BS. Well, like I said, there might be like 6 feet that way, an AK that's still in the box because I want to do the. I haven't had time to do the unboxing yet. Yep, James Colburn. The left wants the country in chaos, and we can't let them win. And you're 100% right, and we can't. We absolutely can't. Because we love to talk about guns, and we can do both at once for now. But if we totally ignore the gun right side of things, we won't be able to talk about something that doesn't exist. Like, we can talk about unicorns right now. Okay? But go actually find one to do a review on. That pretty baby girl I told you guys about actually does have a unicorn. A couple of them. And I think they're real. But most normal people, look, they said I'm a shill. All right, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. With the channel, it does come with some perks. And I've never been able to get a free gun. But I was able to procure my daughter a couple of unicorns. So, yes, I have to confess. I do have connections. You've never seen a real unicorn before, but I was able to procure, and my daughter has them. But besides her, nobody does. Because there's only 128 EDU, right? That's how much power you get by being a YouTuber. Is you get free unicorns that are real. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if they get rid of them. We'll just have to talk about what could have been or what maybe is, right? Someone's like, dude says he got real unicorns. I'm out of here. All right, whatever. But it's true. It is true. It is true. Her daddy can find her real unicorns because of the channel. But Taurus won't answer my email. Are you kidding me? This is the gun world. You guys think gun manufacturers are actually nice? Bloody Wheels is a nice guy, though. So is Forge Tech Holsters. There's some nice guys out there. But the big gun manufacturers, not quite as nice as you'd like them to be. Yeah, W is asking me, do I think it's odd that guns have been sold out for this long? Every gun store and online site has been sold out for weeks. I mean, yes and no. Yeah, it's odd. We're in very, very odd times right now, guys. Really. I'm not trying to fan the flames. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Like, as far as I can tell, they're doing a pretty darn good job of destroying our whole country fundamentally. So, yes, we're on very odd times. But with that said, I'm not surprised that all people are sold out of guns. I can't believe there's even one gun available with what's going on right now, if you think about it that way. So, I know you probably weren't trying to ask me a trick question, but yeah, that's completely understandable in the very odd times that we're in. Rick Naper, how's it going, man? Were you in here earlier under your other account? Because I went on quite the rant that if you missed, you're going to have to check it later. Finally got your own account, so you don't have to go by the wife's name anymore. Good move. Do I own any HKs? HK, because you suck and we hate you. I mean, I own a couple. But now that I think about it, not truly HKs. Like, I have like HK G3 rebuild, like a PTR 91. I don't know if you count that or not. It just depends how much of a purist you are. But I have some stuff like that. I can't afford HK. That's why I do so many Taurus videos. ZFIL says, my girlfriend thinks you're funny talking about unicorns. Tell her it's true. I mean, they said you can't get a free gun. We can't get you that. I'm like, that's fine. The unicorn dealers are a lot nicer people to work with. So there you go. Get Desert Eagle to sponsor the channel. Jeez, oh Pete. I definitely can't afford one of those. Rick Naper for county commissioner. Yes, sir. And I talked about Rick Naper earlier today. And like I said, the literal Rick Naper, if you live in Hamburg Township, Livingston County, Michigan. But look, guys, here's what I'm really trying to get at with all this. And then I got to go get me a drink, and then I'll be back. Okay. There's a literal Mike Duttmer here, Livingston, Ingham County, Michigan. He exists. He's real. And if you live in his district, study him. Don't take my word for it. Maybe he can earn your vote. There's a literal Bob Bazat running for the 47th district of the Michigan House in Michigan. He's real. He's here. There's Rick Naper in the comments now running for county commissioner, okay, in Livingston County. However, if you're in that area, I'd ask you to look at those people, see if you agree with me or not. But for the rest of you in the country, okay, there's a guy that's going to be just as pro-liberty, or at least close, as Mike. His name might be Tim or Tom, right? There's going to be a guy running for state rep in your area. His name might not be Bob. It might be Joe, right? There's going to be a guy running for county commissioner in your district. His name that might not be Rick. His name might be Mike. You guys get my point, right? So when I do these videos, it should become apparent to you guys by now. And I'm not doing this to talk down to you. I'm encouraging you guys and trying to give you that little bit of a kick in the butt. I'm nobody. My family doesn't come from money. I have very little money. I have no connections to anybody. But you know what I'm doing? I just went out there and said, you know what? Started off with this current group of guys that I'm really hanging out with a lot lately, and many others that I've known for years and years. I said, we need to be a sanctuary county in Monroe. And guess what? There were people showing up to meetings that agreed. Am I friends with all of them? No, but a lot of them I became friends with. And then before you know it, there's a rally here, and I go to it, and I meet more friends. So, like, if I can do this, which I'm not doing much, I'm not taking credit for doing anything. Like, how could I change the world? But I do feel like I'm trying, and I'm actually going out there just trying a little bit to make a difference. And when there's like famous people on TV that are like, I went and did this and I donated that and I did that. All this stuff I'm doing is costing me virtually nothing. Parking garage fee when I go to Lansing, gas money. Now, Rudy Finney and a lot of other nice people have been helping me take care of it, okay? But I do hire personal security, who was in my last Thursday stream. But other than that, you guys don't have to be rich to do this. You don't have to be famous to do this. Like, literally, just do it. Just go out and meet people at the local events, and then you can decide for yourself, okay? That's what you're ultimately going to need to do. But just know that if you just wait until November, you've already missed the primaries. Now, by you missing the primaries, you're basically stuck with the big donor money candidate on the one side versus the big donor money candidate on the other side. Once in a while, the grassroots guys get through. But the less people that are involved at the grassroots level, like literally that stream I did last Wednesday, in the back of just another like-minded patriot's yard, that wasn't put on by like the local car dealership or the pharmaceutical. No, literally in somebody's backyard who happens to have a lot nicer house than I do, but I'm sure they worked hard for it and they deserve it because as of right now, this is America. But no, in someone's backyard, and I filmed them doing their little speeches, and then they came out and did like a little hangout on the live stream. And so just trying to offer encouragement to you guys. You don't need to be anybody. You don't need to have any money. Just go there and take notes. And if you like something you see, if you see somebody that you think is going to do a better job defending your God-given rights that weren't granted by government, but government's supposed to defend, shall not be infringed, only means one thing. Maybe it's a matter of you going around and passing some of these out for whoever it is. Again, using examples of my guys here, or I'll give you some more here. Rick, just a real dude. I was looking forward to having him on my stream for the past year, way before he announced. There's literally Rick, okay, 8th District, Livingston County, but there's a guy just like him that loves the country just as much as he does, and he's probably less than an hour from you, and it's sad. Because probably somebody that cares and loves the Constitution less than him could get in your area. You know what I'm saying? Whoever that person may be, right? This is how you get these cards, guys. I didn't get them for giving donations. I mean, really. I'm trying to hold up here. Okay, you can email him right there. If you want his phone number, it's right here. I'm just kind of blocking it out. That's for totally reasons. Rick gives everybody his phone number. But yeah, call these people. Talk to him. If you want his phone number, to send me a private message. I'm not putting it up there just for Susan Wiki algorithm purposes. But yeah, they're out there. Victor, Ray is doing security work. LOL. Well, tonight here, I'm in the bunker. It's a little more fortified. I've got Lami right here. I don't know if I've seen her in the live stream tonight. I think she's off on a clandestine mission. And it's a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. So, how about that, Victor? I'm just messing with you, dude. Just Plinkin. What's happening, man? I'm saving for an AR-14. He introduced me, actually, to a new site called Parler. Does anyone using Parler? Parler. I have a Parler account, guys. I'm trying to remember what my official @ is because I have 2A EDU on there. I just literally set this up yesterday. I think I am at 2A EDU today. So, yeah, I'm just getting used to it a little bit. I think I might have 1 or 2 followers on here, but actually, he put it on where I'm streaming right now from. This is crazy. Yeah. So you can see this live stream right now from Parler. I had no idea this worked this way. Check it out. Isn't that pretty cool? So those of you that are into Parler and like Parler, I'm on there right now. And that's kind of crazy. I'm watching the stream within the stream within the. Just tell me I'm too easily amused, guys, but I've never quite experienced that before. I held it up, and it's like, ooh. All right. A bit of a running joke. No, I actually don't want the security guard to be in here tonight because lately behind the scenes, she's been calling me a nickname that you guys will probably like too much and you guys will probably make fun of me. So the longer I can keep her out of here, the better. But with that said, she'll be actually co hosting, probably sitting in here next time with me very soon. But until then, I'm trying to keep her out of here as long as possible. Jeremy Wilson, 4 streams on one screen. Okay, look. I've got my politics. Some don't like the politics. But how often have you guys been on a stream where you can watch 4 screens in one? I don't think so. And how often are you guys going to get to experience this? So I'm not going to brag about the videos, but I do think I have a couple things going for the channel. I think I finally figured out why some of you guys are hanging out in here. I did, because somebody, Jeremy Wilson, my man here, he says, 4 streams on one screen. I mean, you really can't even make that up, can you? That was kind of crazy. It's actually like almost in real time, too. Look at this. Come to the 2A stream where you can watch 4 streams in one for the price of nothing. So, okay. It's what about one? Psh, that's awesome. Oh, man. Somebody out there I know is like, dude, you're like way too easily amused. No, I'm not. I'm severely dehydrated. So if you guys have any last minute questions, I'm going to go grab another water and I'll be back in like 2 seconds, okay? Infinite streams. Yes, sir. Or ma'am. W? I don't know. Yes, ma'am, or sir, or Z. How about that? That looks like a 2A music video. Dang, end it. Have I shot the G3C yet? Not yet, but you guys will see me shooting it very soon. I've been working too much. And I'd have to get a new hat or at least something like this to do a my own rap video. So I don't know. I could. What do you guys think? All right, I'll be back in 1 second. All right. Well, I thought I had iced tea here, but I had to walk all the way around, and now I'm a little bit wet. But it was worth it. And I wasn't going to come back because this iced tea is so good, but I noticed I got a super chat. And since I'm only here for the super chats, had to come back. But I don't know if I like the question he asked me. Are angry redheads also known as ginger snaps? I don't know. I don't know any angry redheads. Have you guys ever seen me get angry on here? So that's a good question. How about this, Rudy? Ask my wife that question. She'll be able to answer you. She'll give you the best answer, frankly the best, an answer that's probably better than any answer you've ever received before. So that's my official statement on that. Have I compared a Taurus 380? So I have the Spectrum to the Taurus G2S. No, but this is Marcus, by the way. Marcus Bryce. How's it going? But I'm thinking about pretty soon, because it's kind of a collection, just doing a video showing all the darn Taurus guns I own. Why not, right? So in that respect, you might like the video that's going to be coming out here in the next couple weeks. Chris Build It, by the way. He's a friend of mine. I support his business and encourage him to network, and I encourage all of you to network through him. Now, here's where we're at. We're in Susan Wiki's house, okay? I don't agree with none of this crap. I think Congress needs to break it up, meaning I appreciate private businesses, and the First Amendment says Congress shall pass no law. And I know YouTube's not Congress, but they do get these Section 29 or 229 or whatever, where they can't get sued for libel because they're supposed to not be curating content. That's the problem I have with them. Either treat them like a newspaper who curates content, and then they can get sued for libel, or what would be best is for them to simply stop censoring us, and then they could have the protections and immunities the federal law provides. But with that said, Congress is doing nothing about it. Back to Grassroots, guys. This man will do something about it. There's a bunch of people in your areas that will too, if you can get your feet on the ground and help get them elected. We're going to keep going back to this. You know, maybe not all the time, but as much as I can until the August primaries and then in November. But with that said, there's some strict policies on here. So Chris, for example, we can't put your website on here because you deal with what she calls assaulty things. However, if you have any social media, I don't just let anybody come in here and spam and advertise their business, because that's not what this is about. But Chris is a friend, and I like him. And Susan owns the apartment building. I rent the apartment from her. So it's her house, and I have to go by her rules. But then it's my house, and then we go by mine. Does that make sense? So there you go. So Chris, network with people the best you can. Just don't put your actual phone number. But I encourage you specifically to network in here all you want. He's not a sponsor of the show, guys. He's just my friend. So, and I do recommend his business. I really do. Rob R with the super chat. Thanks, dude. I will not hold it against you if you're a Taurus fanboy. You know what, guys? Those of you that have been around for a little over a year, I mean, if not, go back and check the playlist. I didn't start off as a Taurus fanboy because, see, I've been into AKs, Comblock, USGI stuff. Actually, for my own personal fun, the last few guns I bought are like stuff from Ethiopia, like old Carcanos and VZ52s and like real old stuff. But that's my passion, right? But no, I wasn't a Taurus fanboy. In fact, the Millennium that kind of went off on people on its own in a few cases, you know, the 5 generations past now, I used to kind of shun them. And I think they kind of deserved it at that time. Well, the G2C came out. New warranty and worth the hype. And I just was open-minded. And I said, you know what? I have a sneaking suspicion. That a lot of these guys are just shilling for Taurus for the money. And it's probably the crappiest gun ever made. And I don't know if he's in here tonight. Yeah, he is. That's Mateo, my moderator and my friend. That he'll tell you guys this stuff. So can some of my other friends that I talk to behind the scenes on here. I said, dude, this Taurus has to suck. It just has to. There's no way. It's like $180, $25 rebate. You know what I'm going to do? I told him. I'm going to buy the G2C just to prove that these guys are lying to us that it's so good. I'm going to buy it. It's not going to be comfortable in my hand. It's not going to shoot good. Probably won't like it, but I have to find out for myself because I can't just trust people who might be getting paid to say something, right? That's how it started. Then I got the little thing and I'm like, you know what? For being such a crappy gun, you look pretty darn good. Then I looked at it again and I said, you really don't look like a crappy gun at all. And I wish I could pick it up right now, but I can't because of Susan, right? And I said, I bought it literally to be like, is it worth the hype? And I thought it wasn't going to be. My favorable impressions in the first review were organic, because that's true, guys. I left the cat out of the bag. There's a new AK that's been in the box for 3 months, and I will not take it out because my unboxings are 100% real. So if you go back and watch my first Taurus video, it was a legit unboxing, and in the unboxing, you can even see me being like, I'm starting to like this. Went out and shot it a bunch. The rest is history. I've done probably 50 videos on Tauruses. So yeah, I think I am a little bit of a Taurus fanboy amongst many other pistols, and it happened in the most organic, natural way ever, and nobody was more shocked than me. But yeah, I do like them. I really do. So let's see here. The syndicate, they act like a publisher, but they're officially a platform, and that's true. And somebody someday here, and I hope very soon, decides which it is, because there's federal laws that treat each of these differently than each other, right? So there you go. But yeah, I just decided I like them, and I'm having a fun time with it, and I'm just bringing you guys along with me. So there you go. What are you doing? You went off on a tangent, was microwaving stuff? Yeah, Taurus USA. Yeah, they're, when you buy these guns, they're made in Brazil. That's true. They are. But Taurus USA is a company that's employing a lot of people now, and also Georgia and Miami. So you guys can decide for that. I buy as much American as I can. I really do. Robert Sistrunk, yeah, I'm a Taurus convert too. Yeah. Lando Wilson's back. Welcome back, Lando. How you doing, buddy? Always good to see certain guys that come in here week after week, and if I haven't ran you off yet, then just give me another week. I'll run you out of here. I'll do my best. Yeah, Jeremy Wilson sounds like 1,000 cannons firing out the window right now. I know. Can you guys hear the thunder from here? I can hear it outside too. Yeah, I mean, different gun videos get more views than others, but like I said, maybe you're talking about some of the other channels. You must be talking about some of the other channels, because I'll know for a fact when I'm getting ready to put out a gun rights review that it'll get 10 times less reviews than a actual gun, but I don't care, because trying to save our republic the best I can, and so many of you guys are too. More floods, hope not. That looked sad. Yeah, Liberty not licensed. Yeah, that wasn't too awfully far from me. I mean, a few hours away, so it wasn't in my backyard, but geez, oh Pete, those dams broke. That part of Michigan got hit hard. Water can be a crazy thing. See you later, Cats, Cars, and Ringtail Gang. Nice to see you, man. And he says, see ya all later, all good people. And he's right. I agree with him. A lot of good people in here, including you, man. So have a good one, Cats and Cars. I need to do a milsurp video with a lot of different milsurp rifles and pistols. Yeah, popular video I've ever done on this channel, if you guys want to look it up, is 10 milsurp pistols. I'm thinking about maybe doing another milsurp one, but it can't be top 10 milsurp pistols under $200, because there hasn't been really any new milsurps brought to the market. But maybe like my top 10 favorite under $400. That could bring a whole nother group into the mix. I know people like that kind of stuff. So let's see. Yes, Amanda Coble recently purchased her own G2C, and I've not seen it personally, but from what I understand, it's one that looks very familiar to me and to the channel. The front, Randy Collins, love the G2C, but the front sight's a little small. I hear you, and there are aftermarket sights available. But you guys saw how about the Stoeger STR9, and I'm going to be doing more videos on that again soon, shooting some more 124 grain through it, seeing if maybe it gets a little more broken in and it likes the 115 grain federal. But I have had people coming into that video letting me know that they've been letting me know that, yeah, there's kind of just like the 124 grain too, which makes sense because that is the type of ammo the gun would have been designed for. So it does make sense. It's something I'd like to let you guys know ahead of time before you were to purchase something like that, right? I might not have a problem with it. Maybe you do, and it's not for you, right? But yeah. Dauntless Defense. How's it going, Dauntless? Nice to see you, man. And good night, John Voorhees. Let's see here. Taurus Fun Time. Reasonably priced and very dependable. Got 5 of them. I'm quite pleased to be able to buy more ammo to get home on the range. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what it comes down to for a lot of people. And people might like cheap gun reviews because most people in this country aren't wealthy and don't have a lot of money to buy expensive guns. So that makes a lot of sense to me. Or they do have money and they just want to buy more ammo to go along with their gun. For a lot of people, it's like, expensive gun I don't shoot much, or cheap gun that I can afford to shoot a lot, and they'll take the shooting a lot part. So, yeah. What do I think about the Taurus TX22? I think it's a gun I'd like to get, and it's still on the list. I would like to get one eventually. Now with all this craziness going on, they're sold out. I was this close to buying one just a couple times, and then something else would come out that I was a little more interested in, and now it's just hard to buy a new gun, period, unless you get lucky and a good viewer tells you where one's available, like within minutes. Yep. Up North's in the house, saying hi to Pillbox and Amanda. Let's see here. Yeah, Lando's telling me the TX22 is nice and ammo is so cheap. Exactly. M16A1, those are getting up there in age. Yes, they are. I have kind of an M16A1 clone, if you will. I mean, it's just got an AR-15 lower receiver, but the upper parts kit is cold. It's pretty cool. The SIG M17, that's another nice one that I do not own. Some of the newer G2Cs are from Atlanta now. Yeah, they're bringing them in. Now, it's imported through Atlanta, right? It's still going to say Brazil, though, on the actual receiver itself. So you'll notice for a foreign gun to have to come in the country, for those of you who don't know, it has to have what's called an import mark on it. So what you'll find is the import mark, which is city and state, and the company that imported it. So Taurus, USA, Miami, Florida, or I can't think of the name of the place in the city in Georgia, but it'll have the city, Georgia, on there. Those are called import marks. So it's imported through Taurus, USA, made in Brazil. Yes, world, everyone wants a deal. And if you guys do want to help out the channel, that'll cost you nothing. It's in the description of every video. I have an Amazon store. You shop at it just like you normally would. Now, there's some stuff that's in there that's suggestions. You don't have to buy that stuff, though. Just anything you buy through there whatsoever, it's just your regular. Go check it out, and you'll see exactly what I mean. And a very small percentage goes to the channel. So thank you for the plug for my Amazon store, Syndicate. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Where's it at? Hold on. I'm trying to click it here. My mouse is a little bit hung up for some reason. Geez, I have my door open right now, and there's actually rain coming inside. Pardon me 1 second. I was leaving the door open. Here's the Amazon link, so you guys can go shop on Amazon. I'll be back in 1 second because my shop's getting drenched, and I have my door open to keep it cool. Literally coming in sideways, and this is awesome. Does anyone have one of these Makita fans? Like, yeah, I just had to show you guys this. These are like awesome job site fans. And I just have that in the door. And I'm sure the Makita fan's fine, but I didn't want it to, like, it was literally raining so hard that, like, 10 feet into the shop, I was starting to notice raindrops on a box that's sitting there. And then I looked over at my Israeli FAL and it started getting water. I'm like, that's it. That's it. You want to get my Makita fan wet, Mr. Rain? That's fine. The Israeli FAL, that's off limits. So I had to go shut the door. Let's see here. I'm going to take another peek. Real quick, the comments. Syndicate wasn't intentional, but you're welcome. I know. I'm just messing with you. That's how I am. Robert was issued an M16A1 in 1984. Nice, dude. Yikes. Liberty not licensed. Same thing here. Shout out to all you veterans out there, by the way. I think I've got quite a few in the house, don't I? Probably more than I even know. And I don't need to tell you guys that you're pretty cool, but most of you are pretty cool. You always have to say most, right? Because, you know, there's probably Marines and Navy personnel in here, and they'll fight a little bit, and then the one guy will come across from the Army and be like, yeah, you're both Navy personnel, right? Like, so my ass rides in Navy equipment. That's what the Army guys. So most of you are cool. Vets crack me up when they get into it with each other. Rockford Ordnance, 0. Awesome, dude. Don't jinx it, man. I didn't even know. I haven't even kept track. Now, 1979, Todd, that was a good year. Mainly because of, well, not to toot my own horn or anything, but 1979 was a good year. There you go. A-dubs, men's department of the Navy, see? All right, I'm going to start a vet war of all the veterans. Pull in your acronyms with each other, okay? Because I already know. Marines and Navy go at it, right? And then the Army will say, no, you're the bullet bags. You're both still, who signs your paycheck, right? Isn't that what the Army guy says to the Marine? They'll say, well, doesn't your paycheck say Department of Navy? Okay. And then all of them will basically say, well, the chair force, right? Yeah. And then the Air Force guy's like, well, hold on a minute. I get to fly at, 40,000 feet. And then the Army comes back and says, yeah, but we have more planes than the Air Force. And the Air Force says, but we have more boats than the Navy. And I'm trying to get this going late at night, guys. I'm trying my best. Did anyone forget to give this a like, by the way? 2A all the way. What happened to your I will not comply hat? Well, it's right here. Nothing happened to it. It's right here. The camo, see, right now with all the stuff outside, natural elements, the camo is actually doing pretty good. If you notice, this is a little bit more of a wintertime camo. So it's right here. It was literally just right over there on the table. Do you like this hat? Or? Jimmy Carter was president. Well, that's fine, but it was a good year, though, still, nonetheless. Oscar says, Army veteran here. Right on. See? U.S. Air Force, Todd. I told you, there's Air Force, and I know all of you guys have rip-ons for all of you, and that's why it's so funny. But you all love each other, too. That's the most important part. That's the most important part, and that's why I'm sitting there, like, trying to rip on you guys just enough to get it going while smiling about it. Up north, almost forgot until just a minute ago. Well, come on. What you waiting for? I can't believe none of the members of the what we call here the 2A EDU fan club hasn't rolled in yet. The fan club must be somewhere else right now. They'll come in a little bit later. Ooh, Bastard 762. The people that enforce import marking older guns should be shot. I agree. And do you want to hear something that's going to drive you nuts, dude? Nuts. I got 2 guns sent to my weeks ago. To my house because they're antiques. Say, according to any federal law, these aren't firearms. Their legal classification is antique. You do not have to import mark an antique. These are a little bit on the rare side. Now, technically, I could hold them up in my stream right now, but I'm not going to because Susan probably can't tell the difference. But they're not firearms. They're just not. Okay. I know you already know this, bastard, but for maybe some of the newer people here. And there's a long gun version called the Gewehr 88 commission rifle, right? And then there's the Carabiner or Car 88, which is a carbine. And then they also have the Gewehr 91, which is another carbine, but it has a stacking rod. The 88 and 91 are basically the same thing. So these are two antique old German commission rifles. One of them comes into me, no import mark, and I'm like, well, that makes sense. It's not a firearm. It doesn't need to be. The other one that's also an antique, like the one was made in 1890, and the other was made in 1893. Equally antiques. And the rarer of the two, the carbine, the one you barely ever see, that's an antique, it had an import mark. Bam, right there on the barrel. And I'm like, now, I bought it from Royal Tiger, IO. Hopefully they take care of me because I've had some issues. But in the meantime, stay tuned for a video on that. But they have the audacity to import mark a very rare German carbine from the 1800s that's literally an antique. So there you go. Just took it upon themselves to do it. Now, here's the thing. They knew it was an antique because they sent it to my house, along with the other antique that they sent to my house that didn't have an import mark. So there we go. Right now, in the year 2020, people are import marking antiques that were made in 1893. And other than that, it was an original turning condition. And Bastard, you must have typed that before you heard me because that's exactly what I'm talking about. This is like I'm going to do a video on it, guys, because I could legally or technically touch it by YouTube's terms of service, okay? Technically, but she'll probably think it's a gun and stop the stream because she's a fan of the channel, but she's ignorant, okay? But yeah, they import marked an antique, and this is original. No stripper clip cut in the bolt, none. It still takes the Mannlicher style clips, the M-block clips. So this is like one of the most unaltered original rifles you've ever seen because Ethiopia never touched their rifles. And it's got this gaudy dot matrix import mark on it. 1891 6.5 Carcano Cavalries. I'm going to have to check all that out, Bastard. By the way, some people say you want to see old guns. Do you guys want to see an Ethiopian cache video? Because there might be like a dozen Ethiopian guns sitting very close to here. Not too close, Susan, don't worry, but there might be about 6 different versions of M91s between cavalry carbines and short rifles and maybe a little Mauser action going on, maybe a few VZ52s. I mean, this is all hypothetical. I'm not looking at them right now, but let me know. Liberty not licensed. No, I cannot handle or touch firearms in a YouTube stream. And that was part of what my rant was earlier. Where when people say, you know, ain't no one coming after your guns. It's like, really? Really? Because they've already taken them out of our hands in the streams. Will G says, I just like guns. Well, good thing you weren't in here earlier. You might have left, but it's fine. If you just like guns, you guys are fine. Me, I'm going to keep talking about both, okay? I'm going to keep talking about both. Yeah, Rockford Ordnance. Yeah, I have an actual person from YouTube that watches the stream. I know her name. Absolutely. She says she loves the channel. Her name's Susan WikiWiki. Is there any way to show the public with the cam, Jeremy? Oh, I can show with the cam if I want to, but I'm just wondering if anyone would like to see it. Can run a Zoom chat. I don't know how to run YouTube through Zoom. I just hit go live right here on my YouTube page, to be honest with you guys. Up north would like to see it. Yeah, I've got some Ethiopian stuff, and it's kind of real deal. Brasser, the stupidest people. I would happen to agree with you. Stay tuned. There might be a video or two that's going to blow some of the stuff that got sent to me. There's some good, there's some of the bad. A-Dub said Ethiopians really if they couldn't eat steel and wood. True, true. JB and Water, 150 thumbs ups. Hey, if that's what you want, go ahead. 2 more, guys. I'll be at 150. I'm just getting ready to get off here in 1 second. Yeah, yep. The Germans gave Ethiopia weapons to fight Italy in the late 30s. Yeah, and they ended up with a lot of Italian weapons too. Check. Yeah. Ooh, Robert Sistrick, MRE, meals refused by Ethiopians. Ooh. Barry Austin, yeah, I like guns. Between my wife, yeah, we own over 70. And the thing is this isn't asking if you guys like guns or not. It's like, it's just something to think about. I think you guys got the point that we're in here. It's not a rhetorical question. It's just an honest question. Like, do you just guns, or do you also want to protect the right that was given to you by your creator, supposed to be protected by government? Do you want to keep that and keep liking guns? Or do you just want to live for the moment and not have them anymore? Something to think about, isn't it? Bastard, I have some that I can't believe I got. They're so nice and just so original and just like lucky to own. Some of them I got are quite frankly busted into multiple pieces. Bad. I'll give you guys a little teaser there. Now, I didn't order it like that. Like a gun that I ordered complete that was in good to very good condition, broken into pieces. And a couple that I'm like, I feel lucky to even get this because this model hasn't been sold in America for a long, long time. And most of the ones that were sold were altered or upgraded. Like a Gervais 91 commission rifle, unaltered, no stripper clip mod. Pretty tough find, right? So that's cool. Other Mauser that I was excited to get, busted into multiple pieces. So it's a shame, but you got to take the risk if you're in the milsurps, and I'm going to hope in the company will right some of the wrongs too. But I'm not going to 100% bet on it. VA Wolf, how's it going, Wolf? How you doing, man? Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you supporting me on that other site. And you sent me a couple messages over there that were definitely good ones, and I read. There's probably a lot of you guys that send me messages, and I either send a short response or don't respond at all. But I read, and it's awesome to get encouragement and see all the good things you guys are doing. Awesome. There's only one of me, and I own a very small business, and our tyrant governor kept us down for way too long, in a lot of people's opinion, and had to start the season late during my busiest time of year. So VA Wolf, Ben here. Have had a rough day. Well, I wish you the best, man. I hope your day gets better. I hope your day gets better, man. And maybe, hanging out with some of the good people in here spruced you up a little bit. And I hope that's the case. JB and Water 2, 152. Someone did a Debbie Downer. Well, they always do. Come on. We call it the fan club for a reason, and it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I don't care whatsoever, but it's just funny. Most people in here are pretty cool. Some people have strolled on in here and tonight and whatever. I'd say 99% of every comment I've seen in here, though, is totally off. And I'm sure they're already gone, but Haji Ortiz, dude, keep up the great attitude and work. Have a good night, and God bless you. They're probably already gone, but if you're not, God bless you too. And that's how I know people are having a good time in here, and I think it's awesome. Victor said, I've been working security at a friend's wrecking yard while he's in the hospital. How was Ray's bark? Does she have a strong bite? I could use some help. Well, she's stronger than what you might think. And the bark is not, I'd say the bark's quite loud, actually. So, yeah. She's not cheap, though. She's not cheap. She's not cheap, but it's worth it. Good security is hard to find. Up north says, I've had a long day, hence why I was later than usual to liking your video. No problem. We've all had a long day. I worked all day, too. Most of us in here work hard, don't we? Pictures of guns I could hold up during live streams, kind of like flashcards. Not a bad idea. But here's the thing, though. I mean, I do have stuff. I mean, really? Sticker books, Heck yeah. So there's some nice visual aids. Hopefully that pretty little girl's in bed by now. She likes to take after daddy and stay up late, though. Sometimes I'm a night owl. Sometimes I like to stay up late. Chris built it with a super chat. Thanks, dude. He says, thanks, brother. Stop and say hi. I'll show you the new building. Dude, I totally want to. As soon as I literally get 2 feet on the ground, I want to hang out with you like immediately thereafter. So heck yeah, man. Jeremy, well, ladies and gents, the men are calling it a night. So good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow, sir. Awesome. We're all working. I get it. Do I think AK prices will drop after the election? Jonathan Todd says. I don't know, because you know what? The AK keeps getting more popular every day. They might drop a little bit after the election, but I'm not sure. I'm not. Okay, I hope they do, but if you want my gut answer, I'll just tell it to you. No, I don't think they're going to drop, to be honest with you. I think they'll probably keep going up, especially if you have a older one, pre-ban, stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not trying to raise the price on AKs. I'm really not, but no, I don't think so. Kano 1208, how's it going? Atypical Gunner, depends on who wins. Yes, you're right, but here's the problem. You're right. I hope you're right, but maybe not, because look who's in office right now and look at the price of guns. So here's the problem. Biden wins. Guns are going to go up because he said he's going to ban your guns. Trump wins. Is there going to be a bunch more chaos in the streets? Is there going to be a new virus? Then guns go up again. We're kind of in a danged if you do and danged if you don't situation right now. And for that reason, and the fact that the AK keeps getting more popular, my gut instinct is no, they're not going to go down. But gosh, I hope they do. I hope they do. And I'm not going to try to create any extra hype to make them go up. I'm just being honest with you people in here, because you guys are mostly the ones I would consider friends. So hopefully you guys like honesty. Nope, it's not going to get any better for a while. Rod Brown, I'd like to get an AMD 65. I like my AMD, and I was lucky enough to buy that from my friend Misha. You guys know his channel, Misha Co. It's a good channel, and I told him months before, and I've had this gun for over a year now. I used to show it back when I could touch guns in live streams. But yeah, so if you ever get one of those AMD 65s, there was a particular variant I was looking for, let me know. And he took a note. And yeah, he emailed me one day and said, hey, I've got one right here. Do you want it? And he sold it to me for a very fair price. So Misha hooked me up on that one. Nice gun shop he has too. Yeah, Brastard. AK prices only drop if we ever get real 2A rights, and real AKs can be imported. Pretty much. Jonathan Todd, yeah, keep your pre-ban. If you have one of the Steyr imported Moddies from the early 80s, I keep it tucked away. Those old Steyr imports are worth some money, the pre-bans. Let's see here. What's James Colburn talking about? I see you guys are responding back to him. We've got Brownies for my fat. How's it going, Brownies? Maybe I missed you earlier. You just came in. James Colburn says, I was injured in an IED attack, lost 2 friends. And thanks. That's why I watch y'all's videos. It helps. Awesome, man. That's good. Who knows how a video may or may not help, but if it's just something to kind of ease your mind and get your mind off of maybe a reality that sucks, then that's awesome. And I appreciate your service and wish you the best. More importantly, I wish your 2 friends the best, their souls for their wives, you know. I'm sure you consider yourself very lucky compared to them, right? Let's see here. Nita Villar, Forge and Woodcraft. How's it going? Address has to be the same as ID also. That must have been, was that in response to the antiques maybe? Antiques can be shipped right to your house, guys. They're not firearms. And they're not supposed to be import. IO Inc., Royal Tiger Imports, you do not have to import mark rare Gervais 91 carbines. You don't have to do it. I need to let this grow out so I can pull, guys. Some of you old milsurp collectors know what I'm talking about. You don't do that. $200 for a Glock mag. Yeah? Kano's talking about it happens, guys. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully that's not the price for all of the mags coming up here. will be if they ban them, which they want to. And standard capacity G2C mags and G3C mags are 12 rounds. Already banned in many states. So it could happen. Do you guys want to see some more AK videos? I might. Let's see here. I might have a friend who owns a few AKs. Let's just put it that way. I'll neither confirm or deny if I own a few or a lot, or if I own one, but let's just say I might know someone who might own a few. Phil is asking me, CAAMCK2. What do you think? The K2, is that a gun? Or are you talking about that little micro-roni brace? Because there is a gun called the K2, and there's a brace called the CAA. So, I don't know. Let me know what you're talking about, because the acronyms you're using is kind of reminding me of two different things. You know what I mean? James Colburn, I don't know, dude. I can't answer that question for you, man. Starting to question our government. Wonder if they ever cared about us. I don't know, dude. And I think it's okay to question. But just remember this. Remember this. Let's just assume the government didn't care about you and still doesn't. I'm not saying. Let's just assume they don't for argument's sake, okay? I'm not with the government. I'm just as suspicious of the government as anybody, but I care about what you guys did. I care that as of right now, look, you guys are out fighting in foreign wars, losing body parts, losing friends. I'm out fighting the best I can here in Michigan for pro-gun candidates, going to all these rallies. So you know what? Who cares if the government cares about you or not? Who is the government, right? Who even really cares? I care, okay? And I guarantee you there's 100 other people in here right now that care. And that's all you need to worry about. So the answer to your question, I don't know. But I don't really think your question, I don't think you're asking the right question. To be honest with you, who cares about that? Do they, don't they? Who cares? I do. Guarantee you a bunch of these other people do, okay? So don't worry about it, dude. No, you didn't do anything in vain. And anyone who's trying to fight the good fight didn't do anything in vain. And that's what I'm going to say, because that's what I believe. Period. VA Wolf. Brother, as I told you, got me over to classic firearms. That can be addicting, by the way. Don't even get me started on that. We all need to let Taurus know I could be a spokesman. Thanks for the kind words. I take that as a compliment. But I'm good, dude. I got my G3C. Yeah, he's saying, Z-File saying an importer's defense could have been a requirement to mark them. I know what you're saying. I appreciate that, but it's actually not a requirement unless somebody somehow got their signals crossed. So legally, it's not a requirement to import mark antiques. That's what I was getting at. But I know what you're saying. Well, here's the thing. The same importer shipped two to my door. One did not have an import mark. The other did. So that kind of shows you. I think somebody didn't do their research enough and didn't realize it was an antique, if you ask me. Okay, the brace for the Glock, Phil's asking. Is that the one that Shooting with Uncle Dan did the video on? Hopefully someone else can help me out with that. Or is that the micro that Beretta Man did that on? So there's a couple videos who have done Glock braces lately. I've done some Glock braces, but not that one. So hopefully somebody can help Phil out with that. I do not personally have experience with that one, but I think Mateo or somebody, can you help me out? Is he talking about the one that Beretta Man did the review on? I think so. VA Wolf, I'm helping two people running myself. I was so impressed hearing you earlier. Well, thanks, man. And I'm just trying to give you guys some food for thought. I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know so many of you guys are doing so much more than I am. If I say 300 random things tonight, maybe one or two might be something you guys want to broach a conversation with a family member, a neighbor, coworker, friend, and that's what this country is. There's going to be people on the other side no matter what, but the more friends, neighbors, family we reach out to, at least we have a chance. And that's a little bit of encouragement. I'm encouraged by it anyways. Glock Fangirl says, will you do G3 versus G3C, please? Of course. Of course. I'm definitely going to do that one. Oh, yeah. I wasn't joking. I wasn't joking in one of my recent videos where I said, probably 10 more videos on these. I might have been lying because it might be 12. Now, not all in the same week. I know people like other guns other than Taurus too. That's why I asked you guys if you'd like to maybe see an AK video. I'll go back and read the comments, and if a few people would like to see those, then yeah. But yeah, Glock fangirl, most definitely. Just for you though, okay? I know somebody did a video about these Glock braces. I know they did. Liberty not licensed. That's right. Amen. I care, brother. Raymond Williams. How's it going, Raymond? He cares. I told you guys. I know better. I know who I'm hanging out with in here. I've been hanging out with a lot of you guys for a long time. You know, up north, VA, Wolf, Mateo. I mean, Rockford, all these guys. I'll just stop reading the names and say basically everybody. Wash Rodriguez says, I like this channel. You make it simple. What makes it brilliant? Good job. Well, thank you. And I just learned about these Taurus guns right with the rest of you guys. So, yeah. Threaded for my pleasure. Great stream tonight, man. Love this channel. Well, thank you. No problem, Glock fangirl. Now, you're going to need to change your name to Taurus fangirl, though, because I don't know. We could get in a debate with some of the Glock. I used to make Glock tard jokes, guys, but it's just a joke. Unless Uncle Dan's in here, then it's not a joke. All right, guys, I'm just getting ready to head off of here. If there's anything else you guys want to say last minute, I'm just reading a couple more comments here. And Lami's kind of dozing off. My main security guard, she's not here tonight. Thanks to some of the super chats, I've re-upped my funds. I'll be able to hire her again soon for the next public event I go to. And I'm getting kind of hungry. And it's about 90 degrees in here. But other than that, I'm just taking one last look. I always kind of, if you guys haven't noticed, I always kind of drag out the goodbye part because you know what happens to me? In about 2 minutes here, I'm like, man, that's already over. It felt like 5 minutes. But on the good side of things, I immediately start looking forward to the next one. And I do look forward, and I do appreciate all you guys. So I'm going to go back and check the comments. Anything I missed, definitely going to check it out. And I appreciate it. Yep, later up north. Later, James Colburn, thanks for y'all's support. No problem. And talk to these people in here, man. Reach out to some of them. I'm telling you what. I'm the guy in front of the camera, but I'm not nearly the nicest or coolest person in here. There's some really, really good people in here. Like people who are literally right now, this is true, man. True. Engaged to be married and had lost his wife and met somebody new and they're doing great now, like literally from this channel. So if anyone's really ever down in here, just reach out to each other. Get a hold of someone's social media. There's Susan Wiki bans a lot of stuff, but if anyone ever needs anything in here, please reach out and you're going to be surprised. Like I promise you on one thing, you guys don't have to agree with any of my politics. I'm going to leave you guys with this. My politics are what they are. If you agree, great. If you don't, great. I don't care if you guys like Glocks or Taurus better, but there's one thing I'm going to tell you guys, and this is the truth. There's some really good people in here, and if anyone's feeling down in life, I guarantee you there's someone that's been in the same boat that you'll be able to help. They'll be able to help you, or you'll be able to help them, and just reach out to each other because that's one of the funnest things about these Friday streams. So I'm out of here. And right as I said that, okay? A-dubs at James Colburn. If you're on 2A EDU Facebook page, I'm on there. Just shoot me an IM. And for those of you who don't know, there's a private group. It's called 2A space EDU, just like the channel. It's on Facebook. There you go. So there you guys are. James just asked me. There's always a little bit of a lag. So James, 2A EDU. There's a 2A EDU page. And then there's a group. So Facebook, I'm not an expert, but if you literally type in 2A space EDU space group, you'll find it. Request, there's a couple quick questions. It takes 3 seconds. Just answer the questions, guys. So me and my admins over there know you're not a troll. Hop on in, look up A-dubs, and there you guys go. So, yeah, look to see you over there, James. And if you guys want to send me a private message letting me know who you are, like A-dubs, I don't even know what your real name is. So if anyone wants to send me a private message, hey, man, I'm so-and-so I talked you to, you can send me private messages right within Facebook. I don't need to know who you guys are either. It's just some of you guys I've been hanging out with on here for a long time, apparently on Facebook. I don't even know which one's which. But I don't care because, I don't know. You guys are all the same. There's no difference in any of you. All right. I'm out of here, guys. I appreciate it. Ryan Barber, appreciate you, brother, watching from Dallas. Glad to see people like-minded. And good to have you from Dallas, too, man. Liberty not licensed. Keep your hope. This too shall pass. Blessings to you all. Good night. And I agree. I agree. And God bless you all, and all of you have a good night. And I'm definitely going to be looking forward to going out on the range and shooting that Taurus G3C. You kidding me, guys? Oh, yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.